Things off this morning. Balance of trade data for April, negative 61.6 billion. That's versus negative 66.6 billion. We're also getting initial jobless claims here, 247,000, higher than the 243,000 that was expected on that number. We also got export data, or expecting export data here for April, set to be 284.4 billion, 351 billion expected on the import side. So a number of things here to keep in mind as we head through the pre-market here this morning. Coming up at 10:30, some energy data as well, natural gas. 11:30, then we have some auctions to deal with. 4-week bill auction, 8-week bill auction, 11:30. Some Fed speak, because why not, just to sprinkle that in. On top of everything, market downside a little bit on this data this morning. Again, initial jobless claims, they're a little bit higher than expected, just to the tune of 0.1% though. So basically going from positive back to negative to start things off here this morning. Lots of things moving around on the individual side of things. Robinhood was a little bit stronger than the rest this morning. 250 billion in assets for Robinhood at this point. Trading volume in April up across the board, stocks, options, everything, crypto, 30% higher in April for Robinhood. So that one looking good here, up 2%, down a little bit on that number here at 8:30 this morning as well. Interesting deal for Spotify. Going into United Airlines. Huge day yesterday, by the way, for Spotify going into UAL planes.
I didn't hear that.
450 plus hours worth of content apparently going into
Company
United
keeps
now.
doing better and better, Brendo. I mean, the subscriber growth, and they're increasing usability with the audiobooks, et cetera. So it's not a bad look. There's so much to talk about today. Broadcom, one of the $1 trillion club members, is going to report after the bell today. Make sure to catch that with Sean and Nadera on the market recap show. Amazon getting more into agentic AI. MongoDB reporting, Brendo, after the bell yesterday, it's up markedly 16.5%. Tesla looking to kind of hold back some information. The Washington Post suing, looking to get crash information from the NTHSA. Tesla challenging that. CHWY finally getting what's it called? An initiation of coverage. And as you mentioned, Meta, Apple, Hood, Micron. There's just so much to talk about.
Yeah, this Apple story continuing with the App Store losing that decision. Here's Procter & Gamble as well. We were higher to start things off this morning, right back to essentially where we ended the day. Huge sell-off into the close yesterday. 7,000 jobs getting axed at P&G, so one to keep an eye on there as well. Citibank, I saw an interesting headline on them as well. Didn't move on it, but Citibank cutting a whole bunch of jobs as well on the Asian side of their operation. So lots to consider to start things off here, guys. Overall, the market pretty flat, though.
That initial move to the downside, welcome everybody. I fully expect, between the ECB cutting rates and that jobless number, or jobless claims number, I think you're going to probably hear some talk about why isn't the Fed cutting rates today. Maybe once or twice, the president. That's just a guess to throw out there, but wow. What didn't get mentioned there was Tesla, which is still bleeding. It actually just lost a bid when we got the number and almost tagged $320. Now down 3% today. This is now it's continuation of what we've seen since the afternoon on Tuesday, and you're just getting more of it here. And unfortunately, kind of caught in the crosshairs, Elon and the bill, and he had a lot to say about it, and it's continuing to flush down. But hey, there is some strength. We're talking all about MongoDB and maybe a bottoming pattern put out on that stock. 16%. We were thinking, hey, well, what if it comes back and it gives you some longs off the 220 level? It's gapped above where we left you in the aftermarket. So that one's strong. There was a reversal on 5 as well. That is also positive. And we've got our delivery this morning.
No more bananas, huh?
Yeah, they haven't had the bananas since, did we have them last week?
What are bananas from Venezuela or something? Like, what's going on? Like,
well, obviously we don't grow them here.
That is...
That's the truth.
These plums. Oh, look, I saw yesterday's plum.
There you go.
Couple of plums over here.
Would
love to have a coffee.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I didn't even get back until almost 11 o'clock last night. It was a good day. App Store issues for Apple. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a problem there. I saw the Jays one again, 2-1. We got our Jays hat on. Bitcoin 105 and change. Amazon. Let's go. Right now, Amazon going to be approaching 210. It didn't even go down. Like, it just went to that 208 flat and ripped right back up on that number there. Love Amazon. I just bought Amazon, more added to it. I said I was looking through my portfolio. I was like, I just need to have more of this. Non-farm payroll productivity there, Q1 up plus 1.5% versus, I don't even know why this was that bad, versus minus 0.8. So that sent the market for a whoops and then a weeps all the way back up. So Amazon 1.5%. Micron also starting to run this morning as well, over $100 again, and 105 and change, up 1.7%. I mean, a lot of these chip names, and then tonight we have Adair and I on the recap show, and it'll be Broadcom time. And we like this name above 250. I got this bad wick there. We like this name above 250. Now it's above 260. And where will we go tonight for Broadcom? You can edit these charts, by the way, pretty easily. You just put in whatever price you want for the chart, and then that happens. So there we go, Broadcom. Looking to see if we can get back into this area, 260, like we just talked about. We're not that far away from that right there. But yeah, it should be a good one. I guess IBIT's up, right? Because I thought we were at 104 and change. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so a nice little move there for Bitcoin. What about this?
Got a good breakout.
Yeah, we have a nice little breakout area at $60. We did that yesterday. We'll see if we could take that today for IBIT. So yeah, lots of stuff happening around here. It should be another good day. A little rainy here. It's a little chillier outside. Yesterday was like 27, 28 degrees Celsius. Today it was 17 or something when I woke up, and I think it's a little overcast.
Okay for the garden, I guess. But
yeah,
don't forget
the garden.
Circle today as well.
Yeah,
you got the IPO coming through. I mean, who knows? I mean, I pulled it up just to see if we had a like a level 2 on it. Like, here you go. I just wanted to see if we had a level 2 quote. Make sure it's in the database, which it is. But you're not going to see anything. No. And if we're putting an over under on when Circle's going to open today, I'd say after we eat lunch. So I'd maybe like 12:42. Just because I like the number 42. But it should be a big one. They upsized it. 31 is the price that they settle on there. They added some shares to it. We'll talk all about it, but there won't be any trading on this thing for a while. Oh, in Mag 7 land as well. Strong today. Alphabet strong. It's been kind of trending up all morning after gapping up yesterday. Well, gapping up overnight and having a pretty strong session. A lot of the Mag 7 had a strong session yesterday, but a strong-looking stock here. Alphabet trying to regain the 200 period moving average. So what is dead may not die. Yeah, we can't process short take because it's blocked in the system for now. Usually it comes up before open.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure. I was trying to call it up and see what was going on. Yeah, people yelling at us about Meta 700 right now. Yeah, exactly. Wow. All these names. I was saying that they're, how good of the chart, how nice of a chart Broadcom looked like, and how Microsoft was taking out the highs, all-time highs as well. And Meta is just next week, all-time highs, right? I mean, it's just like you could break through 700 today, close today 704, 705, come tomorrow, break 720, and then you're talking about 740. So Meta, everything is working, man. Absolutely everything. The only name that needs to get going a little bit, well, there's two. There's Apple and then there's Google. Right here, and Google's up. Wow, everything is rocking. Why is the Nasdaq only flat right now? I know Tesla's down a little bit there, but everything I seem to be calling up here is really cruising.
Flat.
Oh, yeah, a bit flat. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like everything seems to be up and away. Apple and Microsoft are the ones, I guess, that are just kind of chilling and doing nothing. But Nasdaq should be a fun ride today. SPY, SPYs. Qs, everything, man. We talked about Robinhood as well coming through, $74. Like this thing was absolutely on fire. Micron's
up another two.
I looked at Micro at 105. We were talking about that. That was the first thing we talked about. But and then, man, I fought the law, and yesterday the law kind of won, but we got away with some crimes near the end of the day. But we're waiting for this to happen. And I said yesterday afternoon, I was like, if I could hold this overnight, we would do that, but we can't. So there's CoreWeave, man. We had these shorts. We were short 164, 165 yesterday, but we were short all the way up. Finally caught that at the end of the day. Then yesterday, right at the close, we broke out and we got out at 163 or whatever it was. And then now to come in today, 156. I still think I like CoreWeave short up here if we can get that back in. So if CoreWeave wants to go up another 4% or whatever, I think we should be there to short it. So there it is. What's up, Khalik? We just talked about CoreWeave. So yeah, I think that's the plan. I think anything up here, it's showing that it has at least some vulnerabilities maybe, finally coming in one day and seeing it red. So we'll see if it's dead red or if it's just a reason for these guys to buy it back up. So we'll figure it out. But yeah, CoreWeave in this area, we like that one, 164 short. But look, yesterday we got burned. We made money early on this shop, and then in the afternoon, I just didn't think it was going to continue, and it did. So we lost a little bit there, made some back, lost some down. So yeah, it should be a funny one right there. No, we trade on prop floor, so nothing. What's up, Dane Generous? Yeah, no, we just have to be. I'm trading other people's money, so they don't want us to risk it overnight because you never know what's going to happen overnight, right?
You can still call it OPP.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Amazon and Apple, we're looking for those, but. All right, let's go. I guess let's go back over to the desk and see what the boys are up to.
We're gonna have Luis today.
Oh, good.
I don't know if right now, but we're gonna have Luis.
Yeah.
Today because there's some.
Oh, he's sitting there. Yo, what's up, Luis, my guy?
He's there.
Everything's going well.
I guarantee you, it's better weather than what we're seeing today.
I guarantee you, it's better weather every day.
Not every. Well, yesterday was pretty darn nice.
I guarantee it was better there.
Okay, well, we'll see.
I mean, we'll find out. I mean, you know, when you're touching soil down there, you know, in Europe, you're already better than here. So, I think that's true, no? Is food better there?
Oh yeah, the food's better there. But I mean, like every place.
I'm a married man, but
like, I love it. Look, I love it. I love Canada. I love but going to Europe, the food there is just different, man.
Yeah. I mean. Nobody vacations in Canada, and if they do, they probably don't do it
come
twice.
on. Don't say that. Some people vacation in Canada.
Some people do, but do they vacation in Europe? And I think it's pretty obvious what we're talking about.
You got to go see the Northern Lights and other stuff. You know, where else are you going to see igloos?
Right. Yeah, so another victory for this side. All right, let's go back over to the desk.
There he is. Luis, all right, keep going. It's the weather time. Give it to us here. What are we looking at today?
It is better than there.
Yes,
for sure.
today,
yes,
obviously.
It's 363
really
days.
363 days a year, yeah?
360 and a half days, maybe. It'll be better.
Maybe when there was raining here.
What's the temperature?
Oh, I think it's like 23, 24.
Okay, so
and pretty high humidity. That's the worst part.
Yeah, it was actually hotter here, I think, yesterday. It was like 28 here yesterday. It was really, really humid.
Oh.
So we're getting there. So anyway.
That was the day. That was the day of the year.
Yeah, that was the one day. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's talk about a few things. I mean, it's been a wild week here for some of these low float names once again. Just from a higher perspective to start things off here. We were talking about this a little bit yesterday and the day before, and the simple fact that once earnings kind of comes and goes, you know, the economic side of things, the macro side of things comes and goes, focus tends to maybe shift back towards some of these small caps and some of these high fly runners. What have you been looking at this week?
Yeah, it's been quite crazy because we had a couple of big runners, don't remember the ticker now. Let me check. Yesterday, 2 days ago, was going from $10 or $8 to $50, one ticker, and that sometimes ignite the runner session, as we call it. You know, we have like 2, 3, 4, 5 days crazy runners. Like we had Mulan yesterday, was a crazy runner, like 300, 400%. I know due to all the reverse split, the float is very, very tiny on this stock. But you know, we have been for the last days in a runner session during the day mainly. It is true that also pre-market we have this cycle where everything is pump and dump, you know, because the systematic short sellers on the small caps are very active, looking for stocks that are going high with a lot of volume, but probably very weak catalyst news or something like that. So we have seen pump and dumps pre-market and some crazy runners after the market opens.
I'm not suggesting that this one, Zena here, is one of those at all, but Canadian company, at least, up here this morning on the Nasdaq. ZENA, decent amount of volume here. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it has a lot of volume. 8 million float is rotating almost 3 times already the whole float. Very, very strong on a drone U.S. defense deal. So it is kind of a big news for the company, for the Canadian company. It is true we're facing the resistance, around $586. If we see that level, we will try to short against these previous day highs. Below that and over VWAP, we are going to try not short front side this stock with very high volume, relative volume, rotation float, important catalyst.
When you look at something that might have, I mean, 8 million is not tiny, but we've seen much, much smaller in, movers like this before. When you look at something like this that's holding higher in the pre-market like this, what are you looking for specifically before you say, okay, probably done for the day?
Yeah, probably a lot of traders look at the VWAP, right? So if it lose the VWAP, we try to look like the opening price, VWAP, and pre-market highs. Those are the 3 reference that you might take as important. So right now, it just lost the VWAP around 460, lost the VWAP with a lower highs for the first time in all the pre-market. So let's see if it holds below VWAP, and the opening price is going to be important as well. If we see an opening price above the VWAP and it's holding, we might see another leg up. If it just open without a lot of volume and trading below VWAP, shorts are more comfortable. But be aware, because sometimes we have these tricks, this trap for the sort of squeeze, like yesterday, KWM. We saw this performance below VWAP opening week and suddenly just broke VWAP high of day and went pretty crazy. You see there, after 15, 30 minutes or after the open, you see this huge spike up.
All right, when we look at what percent, I saw this question last time when we were speaking, and I think it's a good one and worth addressing. When you look at something like this, KWM even, what percentage of the time do you think you would address something or maybe even get into a portion of a trade here on something like a KWM yesterday before the open versus waiting for the actual market to open?
For the last weeks, couple of months, 3 months maybe, the pre-market is being crazy active. A lot of brokers are opening earlier and earlier to trade. So we have seen a lot of volume. Most of the volume sometimes is trading pre-market on the small caps. So yeah, you need to adapt to the market, and trading pre-market is becoming very popular, but you have to take into account several things like small floats, no halt during pre-market. This is very important because they go parabolic. Sometimes we see movement of 500%, 800% in few minutes because there is no halt and liquidity just disappear. So if you trade pre-market short, use hard stops because there is no halts. Be aware of the size and only go big when the trend is confirmed and VWAP is broken. Well said. Let's keep going here. CTNT, another one flying around so far. Move after the close last night. We get some follow through here this morning. Oh, CTNT. Okay, this one I didn't check. Let me check. CTNT is on our radar. It's 2 million float, very tiny float. 67% closing probability. Not enough volume, I would say right now. Let me check. Well, it's 5 million, not that bad, but yeah, it's a little bit thicker. The level 2. We will short this one if it doesn't break 205, 2010. It's very comfortable for the shorts. If it opens below VWAP and losing interest as it seems, you see already the level 2 and the time and sales is not that active, no so crazy volume for the last 10, 15 minutes. So we will short this one against 205 to 10. One of those ones we've talked about in the past and we've referred to as a multiple offender, I believe, is LIMN. Another one that made a move after the close last night. We're kind of hanging out here again, not a lot of volume. Thoughts on this one, or is there something else that you're catching your eye here so far, Luis? This is very strange, though. I was waiting you to confirm me what's going on in the news with this stock, because I haven't found a lot of news on this one. I think it was before IRA stock with this ticker, change ticker, I think, or something like that. But I haven't found really news about this one, so I'm not sure. It's trading in a tight range, but moving 80% up. So very, very strange. I wonder if it's some kind of merger or something like that, but I couldn't find the news on this one.
Anything else top of mind here this morning, Luis, as we head towards the open?
Yeah, something different, not a small cap and very different trade. I'm going to check CRWV. It's a multi-day extension. It's going crazy from $20, $30 to $160 for very, very, a lot of days. You could check the daily. It's like crazy overextended. And I know a lot of traders are trying to find some confirmation here to go short. If you go to the daily chart, you will see probably we might see another leg up to push the shorts that are remaining in the market, or if it just break 155 or 150, we might see a proper dump, because this stock has been, as I said, crazy from $15, $20 to 160.
Yeah, lots of attention on CoreWeave for sure. Great stuff as always, Luis Barbado. Enjoy the summertime over in Barcelona, Spain. Great to see you as always.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the food, enjoy the weather, and I hope I see you guys here someday trading. That could be an amazing show here.
We have to come. I love that city. It's one of my favorites.
Thank you very much, Brendan.
Yeah, well, apparently we need to have Luis on more often, because we just got good news. Xi and Trump are to hold a call, according to, I guess it's their state media. That's all I see here. Chinese state media saying that. So I don't know. They wouldn't say state media if they were referring to the Americans saying it. But that's good news. You saw the Nasdaq go green just now. NVIDIA just popped about $1 or so. So if you saw that spike when you're looking at all of your charts, like a couple of seconds ago, that's what it is. Finally, they're going to have a call, which they've been waiting for that moment. Now, we're paring back some of those gains, but I think this will be a little bit more important necessarily than the numbers that we got this morning. So I can't really hate that at all. Chill vibes, you're dead right. Bad news is good news, and good news is good news. Well, that's what happens in a bull market, is the market looks for reasons to go up and reasons to go up and reasons to buy the dip. Generally speaking. But yeah, that's going to be good news either way, right? I'm assuming you're going to look across the board here. I haven't checked out. Yeah, there you go, like Alibaba. That's the first one that came to mind. That's trading at its highs as well. Even Tesla, the beleaguered Tesla this morning, it got to VWAP. It's still down 2.7%, but nice little bump there in Tesla, $2, maybe almost $3 off of some of those lows. So good news so far. Maybe we'll get some updates on some deal making. It'd be good to see some of this stuff really get settled, because we just go from deadline to extension. We just need to get some certainty back.
Yeah, thanks, Luis, for coming through, man. And yeah, we'd love to come over to Barcelona one day. That is for sure. Yeah, market popping there. So we'll see if there's any news or if there's anything about this. I mean, the Nasdaq just continues to be awesome. So, and not just the Nasdaq, obviously, all these markets just continue to go higher and higher. Look at the Nasdaq, or sorry, the ES just broke 6,000 again for the Nasdaq. And the TQQs right now are at 531. So you are getting awfully close to 540. We are basically at all-time highs. I mean, I know that's why it's not exactly there, but you're at 532. The high is 540. So like you're right here right now for the Nasdaq, and if there's anything here, wow, what a taco trade that was in April, just to go in there, buy all of those dips up. Trump told everyone to buy. Everyone, I don't know if they bought or not, but people that got liquidated, man, must be absolutely, or liquidated themselves, I guess. Hopefully no one got liquidated, but must be kicking themselves right now, because this market just keeps going up. We didn't do any selling at the bottom, thankfully, but we didn't do enough buying either. So we've been slipping into some trades over the last little while, and now it's starting to work, including, our stock Marvell probably going up on this 67.50. That's a good one. Let's check out Big Bear AI again today, 422. Not much is going on there. Apple probably just got a little bit of a I didn't buy any Apple recently. Oh, there goes my chart. But anyways, Apple up 0.43 right now, going back up to that 204. We actually have Apple on here as a 204 short again on our sticky note that we just posted up. So you might as well get off my screen there. I have to reload that chart. So, but anyways, thanks so much to Luis for coming through. I love how he mentioned CoreWeave there. I don't think he must not watch the show too much, but shout out to Luis there, because yeah, we were all over CoreWeave yesterday. I'm going to be all over it today again. So
it's still relatively weak.
Yeah,
it actually just the low again.
Yeah, I mean, we had it yesterday, so yeah, it should be a good one again today. All right, it's 8:54. Let's go find out what the guys think about this whole Nasdaq situation, or G talking and all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking around here for more headlines on this. It's a phone call. I guess progress is good, but nothing as far as details coming from that I can see as of yet. Hence maybe why we are coming right back down here in a hurry for the overall market. So we'll keep an eye on that. Tesla, I just heard day lows. Yeah, we bounced it off that, trying to recover here, but now 2.8%. We'll talk about that coming up in a second here when we get into the watch list a little bit more. Just keep this in your back pocket, maybe. BT is going to be the True Social Bitcoin ETF. And I just heard as well, going to be listed on the NYSE. Not saying that's today, but again, BT is going to be that True Social Bitcoin ETF. I believe Adara's ready. Let's go over and get some upgrades and downgrades.
Ready to go here. Broadcom, ahead of its earnings report tonight, getting an upgrade here from Erst Group. We got Dollar Tree, one of yesterday's earnings plays, up 2% this morning with a JP Morgan Chase upgrade. Now we've got a day one earnings play here. MongoDB, Manes, Crespi, and Hart giving this one a positive note. Massive gap to the upside here. And then we've got Mizuho giving a positive note to Visa. Downgrade side of things, we're kicking off with CHWY. Downgrade here from Jefferies Financial. Salesforce has been on this list on both sides of the deck a lot this week. They reported earnings last week. Today, though, negative group note here, downgrade from Erste Group. Eli Lilly also getting an Erste Group downgrade today, though it's slightly positive on the day. And Mercado Libre, last but not least, Jefferies Financial downgrading this one, guys. Back to you.
I'm waiting for the top on CHWY for the downgrade.
I was going to say, those are two names I just recently bought, Eli Lilly and Salesforce. So both, I bought Salesforce the other day on an upgrade, and then today it's downgraded. Yeah. So maybe I need to sell that. But I'm glad that Adair just brought up Eli Lilly. I didn't even realize we're finally back in the money on Eli Lilly. We bought some more at 750 right there. Now it's up to 770, and I didn't even see that doing that yesterday. So it's not a today story. It's more of a yesterday story. Breaking that 750 and now heading back up to the upside. I mean, Eli Lilly, boom, right there. We didn't. It didn't go down enough. It's just like when I bought at 750 and it goes to 720. I mean, that's almost like me saying, "Oh, I'm going to sell right now at 780." Like it's not. We're trying to see if this one can also get back to all-time highs, and I think Eli Lilly will do that. But of course, you're very headline based on that, right? I mean, we'll figure out what's going on with. They don't have do they have? No, it's not Wegovy, Ozempic. I don't know, one of those. As we go, the wonder drug that is these GLP-1s. So yeah, I would say any downgrade on Eli Lilly is a mistake. But again, you gotta read. I gotta read the reports, right? Just seeing what Adara says on there is like. It's fine, but you gotta if you're an investor, maybe you should look into it. CRM gets a lot of hate, but it has a low PE right now. Consider I think it's 27 or something like that, which isn't low, but for CRM it is. And we'll just see. Agentforce was only $100 million or something in revenue, but that should we talked about. The guy from Anthropic said that basically all the white collar jobs are going to be gone very soon, and like a huge percentage of them, like 30% or something like that. And part of that is what these guys are doing with Agentforce. And we'll just wait to see what winds up happening with Salesforce. Underneath the 50-period moving average, just nibbled into a little bit of this. We don't like to buy, I put more money into like an Amazon because of how it's working. It's above the 50-period moving average and trying to get back to the upside, right? And so I like Amazon a lot better than Salesforce, but those are two interesting names for me, Sales, I still got CoreWeave on my mind, Salesforce and Eli Lilly. So like those ones, but this is the market. Like you expect your stocks to go up when the market's doing this. We're in a huge bull market for about a month and a half, and it just continues to go.
Yeah, I mean, even like the downgrade on, like you said, the downgrade on CHWY, you wait till the highs. Like that stock, and I get it, it's gone 50% in a couple of months here, but that's a distinct upward trend. There's a squeeze factor to this as well, so it is getting a little frothy. But sometimes it's healthy for a pullback. Like the timing of it is just always like jokes. Like it just got to like a fresh high, like a very technical. Like it bounced off of 32 support, it gets to 48. Hey, there's 50% from support to new high. Slap a downgrade on that bad boy because someone wants to buy it at a better price, and maybe it comes back into a prior high and you pick some up. I don't really own any CHWY, but that's a bit of a squeeze play as well. One thing I saw a couple of people in the chat and they're like, Nasdaq rocketing, if you're a little bit late, it was just a couple of minutes ago, and if you saw a big spike in a bunch of stocks, just to correct what I said, it was that they held a phone conversation, not that they are going to hold a phone conversation. So Xi and Trump have held a phone conversation. Let's hope that that can do some good to Tesla, because even with that nice positive move in the Nasdaq, I'm still staying bearish on this one. It kind of broke this consolidation that we've had up here. So I think a retest of the 200 period and $300 on Tesla seems a little bit likely. Like, you're underneath all the prior lows, a bit of a flat bottom break. I'll get rid of that wick a little bit later. It still looks like a pretty bearish stock here this morning, despite that positive headline.
All right, guys, 59.80. That's where we closed out yesterday on the ES June contract. That same level, guys. I think we closed out maybe 1 or 2 points below the prior day level. So we're using the same levels, 6,000 essentially as our resistance levels, and 59.50 as support.
If you haven't done so yet, make sure you jump down to the description of this video. Top link in the description will get you to that page. And then all you need is your email address, and you get the watch list for free every single morning. We gather up everything that's moving around in the pre-market and put it in the watch list and tell you why. Lots of things to keep in mind here this morning. Let's start with Tesla here. Pretty ugly day yesterday. We did get a little bit of a bounce into the close, but here we are back to 320. Trying to hold here at day lows already for Tesla.
Weak global sales and now lawsuits at home to deal with. Breno, let's talk about it. So they Tesla that is, filed a motion asking a federal judge to block the public release of crash-related data held by the NHTSA. They're arguing that the disclosure would lead to competitive harm by revealing technical details that their rivals could exploit. The case all stems, though, from a lawsuit filed by the Washington Post, which is seeking access to the records about crashes involving driver assistance systems like FSD, autopilot, etc. Tesla's motion, though, emphasizes that autopilot and FSD require active driver supervision, so they're not fully autonomous and therefore don't qualify. The company is insisting that that crash narrative, the road conditions, the driver behavior, the version of the FSD or autopilot that was installed should all be kept confidential. They fear that this data could be used as a benchmark safety and crash frequency across different systems, different versions as well. The Washington Post, though, they counter the argument. They say that the NHTSA is withholding vital details, including tech usage, crash conditions, exact locations, and their legal team argues that Tesla's version data isn't confidential because drivers can just view it in their car. So the broader issue here is transparency versus intellectual property protection, Brendo.
Just another annoyance for Elon. On
of course. They don't leave him alone.
On a Thursday. Here's another one. Elon's 13,000 new registrations in China in a week. That was the highest in a quarter, which I guess is good news as well. That being said, if you zoom out here, room down to 300 pretty easily, I would think, here for Tesla, guys.
Yeah, well, maybe there'll be a pop to short today, because there wasn't, this time yesterday was looking for a pop back into the prior afternoon highs. And as you can clearly see, it did nothing of the sort. Right at the open, we just dropped dramatically on Tesla. By the time it put in a green candle, it was back into a bit of an upward trend. So unless you had some kind of a trend break late, there wasn't all that kind of clean action on the short unless you went into a prior low. And that prior low at 335, 336 held. So I'm thinking something similar here today, just sort of anchor on the prior bottom. You got 327 yesterday's low that's holding up as resistance today. So as long as we're underneath that, you're going to be looking short on Tesla. Just a continuation play, relatively weak, and it's got a catalyst as well. Whoops. And it's got a catalyst as well, whether you're talking about Elon or any of the troubles that you were just mentioning. So yeah, still kind of bearish on Tesla in the short term.
Yeah, very bearish. I mean, this stock has been performing real poorly. Right there, bless you. 350 down to the downside right there. Once that broke, we now broke that level. Now you're below 330 and going lower. I mean, I don't see there any reason to sit in here and try to buy this name. If anything, you could see sort of maybe a 315-ish where we sort of gapped up there from 300 that one day up to 315. We could wait to see if that happens. But again, I mean, it's been a great stock. You can't complain about it. It is make the move down. Obviously, it's been a tough week for Elon and company here. And then, but those new registrations in China seems to be a decent sign. This is a fugazi. The China Trump thing is probably all fake. But we'll wait. Not even that's fake, but meaning nothing, I would say. Let's just wait to hear. I want to hear something from China. I don't want to hear something from the U.S. I want to hear something from China. And then, so right there, 330. I don't think we get back there, but that's, we do get back there if there's China news. And if there's China news, then I'm not shorting it. So for me, Tesla, if it just floats around, I'll be short on it because it's down against the market today. But I'm not super excited, honestly, about this trade. I would rather wait for it to flush and then try to pick up something if we can form a bottom. Like we basically did that here already. We formed this bottom at 320 already, 321. Now you're up to 323. So, I mean, I don't know. I'd rather look long than short in Tesla. But bearish reasons, we're under 350. I think it continues to go a little lower here, especially if this market gives it up. So I don't know. I'm double talking here on Tesla because I don't really have a great plan of action. I would just wait for this to come through. And then if it smashes 320 to the short side, then you just play that momentum in. And then you can trade it up to VWAP, which is 323. But I'm just interested to see what this market does, because if we kind of hover around here, then I think this is going to be a bottom, but if the market really retraces back in, gives up the 830 number, gives up the Trump bump and everything like that, because there's the number that happened, then we retraced back and got back to flat right here. So then we get that how to call stuff. That's hilarious. And then all of a sudden now you're pulling back down. I mean, if you're going long on news like that, then I don't think that that's the right call. So let's just wait to see. Let's wait to hear a little bit more about this. You could see Tesla getting off at 320 and maybe he's closing the day north of 330. I mean, I could see that pretty easily. Let's just wait to see what the market wants to do. I mean, it's down 3% for a reason. So it's not a love stock, that's for sure. But there's no way. The Nasdaq's only up 0.12 right now. We'll wait to see what happens. But yeah, I'd be shorting Tesla on a break of 320, I think.
Daily chart is, still very constructive, obviously, there for Tesla as well. A couple things to know for Palantir. Let's flip over to PLTR, still looking great on a higher time frame as well for Palantir. New deal announced this morning for PLTR. Kathy was buying up a little bit as well.
She's buying, yeah. Good look there. She's also buying Circle, the new IPO. Keep an eye out on that. So today's deal, they actually have a couple of deals. The one that I'm going to cover is called Teletracking Forge. It's for hospitals. So basically, you'll be able to optimize workflows as well as decision-making by doctors. This all, integrates Teletracking's operations IQ platform with Palantir's AIP. So not a bad look, and yet another commercial contract, which is nice to see them get away from government.
Yeah, this was the other one. Bolt and Palantir Technologies announcing a payment processing deal as well this morning as well for e-commerce checkout. So Palantir, as Palantir does, announcing all kinds of agreements, guys.
That's what they do. And another one here with Bolt, they're fintech, oddly enough, with the same name as a ride-hailing company in Europe. But it's not them. Yet in the afternoon, obviously in the morning, Palantir was in free fall status right at 9:30, but it got bought up heavily off 125 and then right into 131. It really just marked this off. Like I had it marked off as a kind of a key level from the day before, and then it ended up being a good afternoon short at the 131 level. I don't have it on the note today, but the 131 seems like a good overrunner. Like if you're above that, I think you're breaking away. If you're holding underneath, like maybe shorts back into it, because that's the only place. I mean, maybe you can argue. Yeah, I mean, there was some selling at 130 as well, so I guess you could maybe look at that if you're aggressively looking to be short. But yeah, 131 is worth a look here on Palantir, but it didn't make my list. I mean, I have Tesla on there, CoreWeave on there, Alphabet, which is not on our rundown, but is relatively strong. And we'll talk about Micron as well at the end.
Yeah, I don't like the fact, again, I don't like the fact that Palantir's down today. We did have a huge move down yesterday, right off the open. And then it was just like, it just bought back up. So I look for the same thing again here today because we're down. I mean, I don't know. If this is Kathy Wood selling there yesterday, that would make a little bit of sense. A lot of volume there off the open and with not too much news yesterday. So I was not really expecting that kind of a move down in. But then we had a huge resistance area down here between 126 and 127. So for me, Palantir is a buy in this area. We're going to try to go there and wait. and just have it up, right? I mean, if it comes in and fills us, that's fine. We can wait for it to sort of bounce around here a little bit and then eventually take out. So thing is like once we clear the level, then it starts to go to the upside there, right? So you got to sort of wait for it to do its little dances here, because if you kept trying to catch these falling knives, that's a disaster, because you know, it goes down $3 or whatever into 130. You think you catch the bottom, and then only retraces back up 50 cents before dropping another $2, right? So you're just, I like Palantir here. I do think it's a little top heavy. I mean, Adara was even saying it's like fell into the top 20 of the Nasdaq. It's the Nasdaq 100. It's just a huge move up for Palantir. I mean, April, this was a double from those tariff levels, and there's only a few stocks in the market that are like that, and Palantir is one of them. So again, you know, they have good earnings, but the numbers don't justify the price, but you're always paying up for growth. So they have the contracts, they have everything there with the US government, and whenever they're gonna look to, and unfortunately it is gonna be a wartime stock, because they do have, you know, sort of all those drones and all the exact locations and all this kind of stuff, data mining and everything that all the governments need, right? So I also, you know what, another thing too is, we didn't talk about this, but the Trump travel ban there for the 7 countries plus many more coming, you know, like that's for Palantir, man. They have border contracts and all that kind of stuff too. So feels like Palantir is in the right spot. The valuation obviously always questioned, but I don't, you know, we just like to play it for the momentum, and Palantir is one of the best day trading stocks available, period.
So yeah, we were just talking about Spotify. There's this as well. We touched on it earlier, but Circle, if anyone's just joining, coming to the NYSE today. A couple things to note: raising $1 billion-ish notional for that. So CRCL at some point today will make its debut on the New York Stock Exchange. Let's talk about Spotify here. Another daily chart that looks fantastic at highs once again here, teaming up with UAL to bring more than 450 plus hours of content to United Airlines.
I'll take that. Yeah, more entertainment on the flight. Why not? Sure. 680 aircraft, guys, is going to be loaded on, as Brendo mentioned, 450 hours of content. It's going to be on 130,000 screens, so not a bad look there. This all starts in 26, so we'll have to wait a little bit. If you fly United, you don't get it that quick, so we'll keep an eye out on that. But yet another deal here, Brendo, as Spotify continues to expand their library and strike deals.
Big stock, obviously, $700 plus, but relative strength here this morning, guys, for Spot.
Yeah, look, it's not necessarily a day trading stock based on like the price, and it's done 11,000 in volume, at least from what I can see here, unless there was like something we're missing. So it's not going to be a heavily day traded stock, but it's just entered another breakout recently, and there's been nothing really to stop it. So when you see something like this, it's more of a ride the train kind of trade. Like, I wouldn't necessarily be buying Spot up here. I definitely wouldn't be buying Spot up here for a long term. But usually when you're looking at something like this, if you're trying to trade it, play back in to some of those prior lows. Because if you look at when these things, like if you look at when it gaps up or has a strong day, when you get some kind of a dip, like these wider stocks and the more expensive stocks, they can tend to play the range and then find where the support was, not get exactly to the dollar because it's a $700 stock, but get within a couple of bucks of it and then kind of catch a bid again. So that's what, if I was looking at Spot, that's what I'd be trying to play. But I won't be touching Spotify here today. I still use them. I know a lot of people that have moved away from Spotify because it's like, well, if you're with Apple, you got Apple, you got Amazon now, Google. But Spotify, we still use it in our house and still like it. So, but I'm not going to trade it today.
Yeah, Spotify. I mean, Spotify is another one of those stories where it's another direct listing. I mean, I hit 2 direct listings in my life: Spotify at 150 and Palantir at 920. I mean, I guess I like direct listed stocks. I mean, this name just continues to impress, right? I mean, breaking through those all-time highs and now just ticking up through higher. So I keep, every chart that I look at that looks like this, I keep saying there's no better chart in the market. But this one, honestly, looks like Broadcom all over again. And Broadcom will be not on the list, but will be coming tonight with their earnings report. But yeah, Spotify takes out the highs and then just goes, yep, we're all about that. So there it goes, man. I believe I got out of all of mine here in the 500s for I guess 4x or so on that trade. But nice move there for Spotify. Just continues to go higher. Yeah, like I'm all about Apple Music because it's just a family plan, and we have everything with Apple for $30. Maybe it's more than that. Maybe it's $50 a month. You get all the storage, Apple TV, 5 accounts of Apple Music. I don't know, everything, whatever Apple Exercise Fit or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, you get all that. Oh, the Apple Arcade. But anyway, Spotify doesn't need to do it. It just keeps on going higher. Man, they're making content deals. It's looking great. Yeah, you know, people love the stock, and for good reason. You're a software as a service. It's the business is untariffable, it seems like. So Spotify continues to work, and congratulations to anybody that held it, because it's been a banger since its direct list probably 10 years ago.
All right, Robinhood up next here. Another chart looks fantastic. 2+% here for Robinhood. If you missed it, we touched on it a little bit earlier this morning. $250 billion in assets for Hood under management at this point. We also have trading volumes across the board in the month of April absolutely exploding once again, led by crypto, 30% to the upside in the month.
They keep doing well. This company is doing real well. Shout out to Vlad Tenev. Let's talk about it. So good were the earnings that they couldn't wait to let you know how well and how robust their May metrics were. So the update highlighted record-breaking performance in several key areas, guys, suggesting user engagement and platform usage is booming. As Brendo mentioned, total platform assets now surpassing $250 billion, marking an all-time high for Robinhood. Equity trading volumes up 10% month over month. Option contracts grew 5% month over month. Crypto trading volumes surged 30% sequentially, obviously showing great retail interest in crypto. The deposits and the margin growth stayed solid. Net deposits, Brendo, came in for May at around $350 billion, which is a bit of a slowdown, but because there was a promotional offer that ended, still year-to-date deposits through May reached $28 billion. That's up 40% year over year, and margin balance hit $9 billion, with cash sweeping balances, crossing $30 billion. Both are records.
Yeah, much more than a double here off the lows, guys, for Hood.
Another one of those, like, one of the best looking charts out there. Look, it's a fresh breakout. Yesterday was like the weakest day it's had in a bit. You know, you go back to the 29th here where it had a bad day. And even then, it was pretty much an inside kind of day. Like it did end up not doing much off the open after a failed breakout, but 72.5 was the prior day top. That ended up resistance pretty much most of the day. And then it was the low here today. So I think that's the level to look off of so far. As long as it holds 72.5, like it would have, underneath it, it's like a head and shoulder setup, and above it, it's found another support level. It just continues to work. What can you say? Obviously, I think one of the things that can happen here is when you have all the things in the crypto space after Circle opens, might have a little bit more activity just to see what Circle does. So once Circle opens, a lot of people's focus is going to be there, and I could see a situation where if Circle like lost a bid for some reason, you could see a bit of a drop in some of these. Not that I'm anticipating that happening, but you know, if I was, I'd have stops when the new IPO comes out, anything crypto related. Although I'm going to be long that as well. But yeah, 72.5 on Hood. That's what's good.
Yeah, 72.5. Yeah, that's hilarious because I just tweeted that out. I just added Hood to the sticky note right there at 72.5. So there we go. We're going to wait for that to see if that comes through, man. This is a typical trade. We always do this. Look back at yesterday's past support and resistance. So there it is right there, 72.50. A blind man can tell you that's a good level. So that's what I'm telling you, 72.50. We're going to come into that and see if it can print. If not, man, you're just looking to break out that high again. Go check it out right now. The sticky note is now around and kicking, but you could also break out that high 74.22, right? So if you go back over to here, there it is right there. So yeah, Robinhood looking real good back to the upside again here today, but up 1.67%. I always, you know, the breakouts have been good, but not great. I mean, you sort of hit and miss sometimes. We had that NVIDIA. The best trade of the week was that NVIDIA break of 139. It broke it, and then it came back, and we're able to load up at 138 and then run that thing the rest of the day. I could see something like that happening for Robinhood, where it breaks, then fakes, and comes down, and then you just absolutely demolish it to the upside. So we're gonna look for that to happen as well. And Jag, yeah, you're right, man. I mean, and thanks to Tia and everybody else in the chat there. You know, I don't have the ability to hold overnight, so unfortunately, no money for this guy on CoreWeave there today. But yeah, thanks for the look there. And I'm glad that we talked about it, and I'm glad that I was very bearish about this, because at least if some of you took that and you're trading it with options or anything like that, congratulations, because there it is, man, finally down that 4% and looking to go lower. So there it goes. I need some special exemptions to hold overnight on CoreWeave, I guess. But there it goes, man. What are you going to do? That's dangerous. I would never do that anyways. It's just trading this way, but you can't. CoreWeave could be up 5%. I mean, every day it was blasting higher. So, you know, we'll take the victory lap, but honestly, it's not. You know, what can you do? Today's a brand new day. That's why we come in every day. Like this market could absolutely rip today, and CoreWeave could get right back up to here, like at 935. You know, and then it's like, oh, what happened to that short, right? So now, you know, you take the lap now, but, you know, congratulations to anybody that had it. I would look for this 154 right here on CoreWeave. You know, if you're looking to get out of something, if you were able to hold overnight, then I think that would be kind of an awesome area to do that. But yeah, we could break a lot lower. Yesterday, I was looking at 138 for some reason there into yesterday. It was right into these levels. So we'll see. That's 140 to 138. I think CoreWeave can get down to that today as well. So we're going to be looking short. I've already paid for shorts on CoreWeave. So if you're looking for that, as Neil would say, I'm your huckleberry. But that's Neil's line. So, all right, let's go back over there. Yeah, I can't wait for Circle to open up as well.
But we're going to wait.
We're going to wait. There's nothing to do with that one. This is what it looks like on our level 2 right now. It is going to be an NYSE listed stock. So there's just bids and offers and all this right now happening. People are just going to start to put things into the book. These numbers are just all random. So someone here selling a decent amount at $54.
You know what I've never seen before? This I've never seen this early before. Which is an IPO that
maybe it'll come out earlier.
And again, usually you'll have a really small imbalance number, and then it'll slowly grow, and then you get the open at like 11, 12, or 1 o'clock. I'm not used to seeing in the pre-market 5 million shares to buy already. Usually that number is in the low thousands, and it'll gradually grow bigger. But obviously, that just tells you the open interest on this is going to be gigantic. But let's talk a little bit about Micron as well. Another strong one. We could say Micron, we could say Broadcom, we could say AMD, but Micron, a good one here today.
Just real quick, just noticing or hearing in my ear, yields back to the upside here. We were red on the morning, so this is the 10-year on a daily chart. Just went green this morning. So trying to get back higher, back towards that 4.4 area. The dollar, meanwhile, day lows here as well on a daily chart on this Trump G news this morning. We'll see what comes from that. 2.25% here so far for Micron. 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row here, straight to the upside.
See the Canadian dollar? We're back up above 73 pennies. Hey!
Yeah, I was just hearing the pound as well. Pound dollar, highest level in a year.
Finally. All right, guys, let's talk about Micron here. Brendo, Mizuho raising the price target on Micron from 124 up to 130 and maintaining that outperform rating. The upgrade comes ahead of the company's June 25th, guys, earnings report and reflects strong momentum, with Micron shares actually up 21% year to date. We saw the boys look at that one yesterday on the show. Analyst targets for Micron now range substantially here from $60 all the way up to $172, obviously highlighting a wide valuation spread based on the AI memory expectations. Analysts project that high bandwidth memory market to grow about 55% CAGR compounding annual growth rate from 2024 to 2027. Micron's HBM revenue is forecasted to grow, guys, 90% CAGR, with the market share rising from about 10% to about 20 to 25 by the end of 2026. The growth is expected to strengthen DRAM revenue, Brendo, and improve gross margin.
This one's been crazy strong all week long. Just real quick on oil as well. Some of the energy names just popping up here. Really significant level on a daily chart if you zoom out a little bit on oil. $64 coming into play, guys.
Yeah, I mean, look, Micron's it's a good looking chart, but what's great about it here is for the last year and change, the 200 period moving average has been like a bit of a barrier. Also, if you can look up online, I've seen a few people, even JC Parrots was tweeting about this. It was an anchored VWAP that it was rejecting, anchored from the highs, that it's been rejecting this whole way. The thing that's interesting to me is every time it's consolidated above the 200 period moving average, that has been a resistance spot and it's fake. Consolidate up, fade, 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 or just get to the 200. This time it consolidated, tried to fade, and it's now breaking away. That 100 break was critical. I think it's bullish till it gets to this overhead resistance, 110 to 115. So another day, and Micron is super strong. Prior day high, if we dip beneath like the pre-market lows here, then the prior day high becomes like that barrier. Like if it loses the prior day high, that's not a good sign. And I think you get a little bit, you're still green if it goes into 104, like it closed at 103.25. So if it goes underneath 104, I think I would try to stay away from it. But I like the long on Micron today. And it's not the only thing that is strong. AMD had a really big day yesterday. It's only up 0.5 today, but AMD with a really strong V-shaped bounce, bigger move than even NVIDIA. So like this one I had 117.50, but I kind of feel as if there's a better chance to get Micron off the open on a dip. And I'll probably be more aggressive with that stock. But AMD would be a good backup.
Yeah, forget about AMD, NVIDIA, all that kind of stuff yesterday. Maybe at Micron, I have to look at that. But Marvell yesterday goes down $62 for the bottom, closes at 67. So you moved up like 8% in the middle of the day there yesterday for Marvell. And it's finally starting to go. And I bought this name. I'm long. I just checked, $66. So we're long at 66, which is where it went out yesterday. So it's not like it's a huge winner for us or anything like that. But I think a drop back into this level. We still have 5 minutes. We have lots of time here today. This $66 area right there, I think for Marvell is something to watch out for. So that would be worth it. You know, a dip buy into that area. I've never really, I have traded it before for sure on the air, but oh, okay, there's a move. Oh, we just got the imbalances. So that would make sense. All right, so, all right, people may think that charge point is Circle, but it's not. APLD with a small little buy there as well. NVIDIA with a, see, so just to show you, this is what happens when you get those This is what happens when you get those imbalances. You get like little whoopsies. So there goes AMD, NVIDIA. You would have got 50 cents if you sat there. How would you ever sit there? It's stupid to even talk about that. All right, nothing else that's really... Well, Big Bear Eye is always on here. I'll call it up because it is what it is. We're long right around here. I looked. We're long at 421. That's our price. So we're flat on Big Bear Eye and on Marvell. So there's not much going on there. Yeah, 1 cent too high for that. We're going to average up or average a little bit down and get that. Intel. Wow, what a disgrace that I actually put money into this thing around this price. So such a waste of my time. Intel's not doing absolutely nothing. Like, we're wasted the last 3 months of my life sitting around there with Intel, but maybe it'll get going at some point. TSLS, the other way here, that's a buy, so we'll have to wait to see if that's doing anything. We could check out Tesla to see if that affected anything on the imbalances. But I'm going to get rid of them. There's not much actually going on right there either. Look, I was saying that this 320 area, like we sort of already made a bottom there for Tesla. So let's just see what happens. And as expected, there's that move up. Like, I guess that call, you know, maybe didn't happen, maybe did happen. But there's a nice move up there. Hey, how's it going? What'd you have for dinner? Oh, that's nice. Hang up the phone. So we'll see what winds up happening there. 21,820 coming through there. If it's just a precious metals thing, I feel like that should get resolved. But I don't.
Well, that's where the pressure is coming right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
the automakers have been whining about it all week. I almost said something a different word, but like, yeah, they've been whining about it. I still think there's like the MP and some of those other small ones are probably still pretty bullish. Yeah, I think overall, because even if something gets, like nothing gets done that's that big of a deal, they're probably just starting to talk on that. So I think you're still good with your rare earth plays. Like,
rare earth plays. Yeah. Those are the plays I like. Yeah. Actually, I thought you were going to say I'm still good with Intel. No.
No. What's this Circle? Why is it getting
as much of a money destroyer as AMD? But
why is it still getting bigger?
You know what? Interested in it, man.
You know, like but this time of day, I got to double check to see the size of the issue. I didn't think it was much more than 6, but 6.
It is 6 million. I think.
Yeah, it's 6 million shares, and there's already so obviously some people are throwing some buy orders to go in, which we anticipate doing the same thing. But the market opens in 2 minutes. Circle should not open in 2 minutes, regardless of what you see on it.
Well, it's locked for us, so.
Yeah, it's still blocked. You know what? I'm just gonna put a ticket in myself. It'll get unblocked, but I want to be 100% sure. So I'm just gonna put a ticket in myself.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, because I don't know if anybody else even will. So I'm sure they will. Just joking.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, people. I mean, we're talking about Circle. A lot of people are reacting to that today. So we'll see if the Circle IPO, and as Neil just mentioned, this is what it looks like right now for us. So this will come out probably, the IPOs have been like 12:30 to 1 o'clock. So I don't want to talk about it too much. Robinhood, again, you know, a dip buy opportunity coming through potentially here right off the open at 72.50 where we closed yesterday. So we want to look to see if that area is anything there. I'm already bidding that level. So I'll call up Robinhood on another level too. And then I do think that our good friend Palantir does have, again, more deals, fine, whatever. I don't really... The deal thing's not that important to me. I mean, it is as far as a longer term thing. But yeah, just looking to see if we do have sort of that epic meltdown that they had yesterday on some insider selling or Cathie Wood or whoever sold, because the volume was really there in the morning early on Palantir and it just kept on falling. And like a falling knife, I yesterday was saying, hey, if we ever get an opportunity to buy this thing at 130, we'd take it. But we didn't, man. We just couldn't do that. It just kept on fading. And then I think we eventually hit Palantir yesterday, but I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure we actually played it yesterday. NVIDIA, 142.50. Okay. Yeah, I mean, now above yesterday's close again right now. So this name looks like it wants to go higher throughout the day again. So watch out for this 142.50 break on NVIDIA. It might happen right away. Wow, this market is going to be nuts. We're only 9 seconds away. Okay, 142.50. Let's go see what Adara's up to. Well, she's up to the same stuff as always. So she's going to ring that bell in 3, in 2, and in 1. No, 142.50 for NVIDIA would be something to look at, I would think, and that's going to come in right now. As there it goes, it's already breaking. So if you want NVIDIA, bye-bye. See you later, as they say, to the alligator, because there goes NVIDIA. Huge move to the upside, 142.50 just broke. We got as high as 142.80 right there. And then Palantir is also doing its finest work as well, trying to get breaking back through 130 right now goes Palantir.
Yeah, like it's a huge move. Wow, 107.50 on Micron. Okay, well, there's no need to have a 104 bid anymore. So just, you know, you leave the stink bids in if they're going to be valid and they have a chance to come in there. Robinhood has a chance to come in, but Micron is absolutely gonzo at this particular point. So I'm not going to be chasing that. Where'd Hood get to?
Oh, bye.
72.70. I'm sitting at 66 on Robinhood, and I got to 70. So close.
Day goal made. It's already over. Someone said they wanted dancing chickens in the first 10 minutes. That's it, Neil. Day goal made. That's it, right there. 931, and there's your first Dollar Club winner right there with Palantir as it just continues to go higher and higher and higher. Day goal times 2 now for Palantir as there it goes. Okay. So let's just see how high it can fly right now to Palantir. I mean, it's already gone. We're out of half of it, actually. I don't even know that's, you know, sometimes we search for hours and days, and sometimes we don't even have dollar winners. But there it goes for Palantir, man. I mean, it's cruising there to the upside. There it is, man. Day goal made right there. We've already hit it. I'll see everybody at the beach. Luis, you got a nice place there in Barcelona or what? But there it goes. I'm just telling you guys, we took that 130 break. There it goes on Palantir. It's a huge move upside. So we're just going to relax and watch what happens. We're out of 2/3 of this already. PLTR, man, it's Moon City.
Yeah, great look on PLTR. I can tell you, Hood goes right into the level, but like I said, missed it by 5 cents. It went right to the pre-market low. I'm not going to chase this. It's already back at VWAP up $1. And the other thing that happened, Micron is so far gone at this point that, like, what are you going to do? Like, Micron, we're looking for the dip buy. That's up at 108. And Tesla went the other direction again. Tesla, heavy candle at the open, doesn't get to 327. It just cracked the 320 to the downside. So, I mean, directionally right, but don't have any of them. And the last one, we didn't even mention this. CHWY broke the low of the day, but just now. So no pop back in to retest 160. It's only heading lower and lower and lower. Tesla seems to want to test a 300 at some point. It's just, yeah. And the market, by the way, the market's also coming back into the downside. Despite the fact that you got some breakouts in the chip names in Palantir, but like almost everything else I'm seeing is looking pretty weak.
Yeah, guys, I mean, we called the Tesla break, but I mean, whatever, man. I mean, I couldn't be more happier being on Palantir, but that Tesla break of 320 was the call that we had, and it broke it immediately, so that's a nice downside play there for anybody on Tesla, but watch out for a buyback coming in immediately on TSLA, man. I think that's a definite possibility here for this name. Good flush out there, good volume on that candle break there for Tesla.
Hood's breaking 75.
Yeah, Robinhood. I was at 72.50 there, and I just added this. I was at 72.60 actually.
It missed by like 10 cents.
Yep, I saw that. Yeah. You know what? Whatever, man. Honestly, I mean, the day that we're having already right now, just with one trade, has been pretty good. So we'll be fine with that. Let's just go see what Marvell did. I mean, everything kind of flushed there a little bit off the bottom, off the open. So Marvell gets to 66, nothing else there. All right, Bitcoin 105.5, not doing too much. The other stocks that we had on here were CoreWeave. We forgot about CoreWeave, CRWV. Let's go have a quick look to see what this name's up to, of course. And yeah, a little bit of a dump. I mean, I would think if you're going to wait for anything, 158. I really want to let this thing settle down, and it's not like anything other than that. I just want it to settle down. I am looking for the short here in CoreWeave, but right now it's just not available. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see if we can get something better here on that name. So CoreWeave right now, we'll wait for it and see if it comes in. But Palantir, just now trying to, let me get out of another piece here at 90s while we just offered it and missed it. So let's see if we can do something here with this name. It is trying to fall back a little bit. We don't want to let this get all the way to the downside, of course. So we're going to have to be patient with this and see, there it is. We just get the fill there at 131s. So far, so good there. But yeah, just waiting for something to happen here on Palantir. And then Amazon, which is another one of our buying opportunity names here. That came into 208. We're waiting at 207 and change. So that didn't fill up for us either. So yeah, man, just a little bit of a relaxing morning here, just trading Palantir and waiting to see if anything else wants to pop through.
Yeah, well, I've been waiting to see what happens next on Robinhood. I'm not going to chase you. Like the opening candle, look, it is what it is. But the second one was also $1 to the upside, and it just failed a 75 breakout. So I think you can get a potential dip back in. VWAP sits in this really in the game. I don't really care about VWAP, but the prior high was at 74. So I think you can still have a chance to be able to get that. Tesla, do like this one still short, but if we can get something, I'm not thinking VWAP. I'd still want it more in the mid 320s to be able to play off 325. I just heard in my ear that Mullen is halted. I'm assuming
hilarious.
up. Yeah, Mullen's halted again. Oh, I didn't pay for locates on this. All right, I got to go pay for locates on Mullen because I think it's on the back end as long as it hangs underneath that $20 level. Yeah, we'll see how expensive that's going to be.
All right, let's. I was going to. I mean, let's just get out of Palantir if it breaks. We have 20% left, so we still have some shares here on Palantir. But if we break below like 129. Basically 130. We're going to get out of it because there's no point. We got a lot of outs there at the top. You guys saw me hitting keys like maniac, and that's part of the benefit of doing that is that you can get those fills. And so now here we go, coming right back in. So this is what I said, man. If anyone's buying that on that Trump news, you're crazy. So let's just wait to see what winds up happening there. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, which I am, if you ask most people. But there it goes, Palantir right now, trying to do the best with the least. And then Apple, that 204 was the level that we wrote down. Again, just too obsessed with looking elsewhere off the open. Should have just stuck with our stuff. But there's 204 for Apple. It is your number 2 trade of the day here. Amazon was number 1, but we don't have that one right now. So, all right, there goes Apple. We'll see if we can get something up at 204. I like that short right now. Are we going to Adara?
That's what I heard.
Then let's go.
Can I hear an NBIS? This isn't really a small cap. It's about $8.8 billion market cap. This is an older catalyst as well here. Nebius Group, this is on Monday morning, announcing that they raised $1 million through convertible notes. So no new catalyst for NBIS. Nice push to the upside here, opening around 41, currently trying to break 45. NBIS, just so you guys know as well, we don't have any economic data. We're at 9:45 or 10 a.m., so you're all good there. Back to you.
Okay. Actually, thanks.
Actually, I like that. I
want those. Yeah, if we can get those updates all the time, that'd be great because I'm always
reminder before 9:45, what's going on at 10 o'clock. Because even though you tweet it out, it's like, yeah, this is what economic data is out there. It's easy to get caught up in the moment, wanting to get into some stuff.
Great new feature.
It is a great new feature. Tesla fresh low.
Thanks for adding it, Adara.
How is it like everything is dropping so hard, and Robinhood doesn't want to let you get a dip buy in this at any point? And Micron, I'm just going to show you what's going on with Micron. I don't want to get. Yeah, we like the long, we're not in it, and this is barely even pulling back. It's at 108, up 4.5%, and kind of continuing to hold the highs, just like I'm seeing in Robinhood. It does not feel like a market where I want to buy tops off the open on anything I was bullish in. So we're going to stay away. Amazon apparently is going pretty heavily as well. Oh, just for anyone, it was like 6 cents a share on Mullen, our good friend Mullen. It should be open. It's indicating a higher open. It'll be open in about 2 minutes, but I think you got to wait for like the 20 level is the one that makes a heck of a lot more sense to me. So right now it's just patience on Robinhood and Micron, and same thing with Tesla. Once it sets up some lower highs we can work off of, to me that's still short. And these like Hood, Micron, I want to think only long, but no chase.
Yeah, it looks like Circle is now open to put orders out, so that's good. So we'll get ready for that one to see when that opens up. All right, so I did just put an offer. I mean, we're already on Robinhood. We're waiting for that. We have an offer up here for Apple. If we can get back up, I don't know if that will happen at all for us right there or not, but that's what we're going to wait for. I'm also in the 80s here for, Palantir just spiked up. I'm in the 80s to try to get another piece out here on Palantir, just to get a little lighter. We talked about we still had 20%. We did take another piece out right there at 70s, and that's right where it's doing now. I'm at 80s to see if we can get something out of another small piece there for Palantir. Let's check out some of the quantum names. D-Wave cracking a little bit, I guess. 60, yeah, wow. Down 8% right now. Quantum.
8%?
Yeah, Quantum started to fade back a little bit there. So that's QBTS. What the heck's going on with Rigetti as well? Let's figure out what that's happening now on Rigetti. Yeah, Rigetti down 5%. Looks like QBTS leading the way on the downside. Right there goes the market. Wow, what a call, man. Why didn't we just short that market? That was a good one. There's our out on Palantir. Yeah, the market's giving it up. Like I said, man, it's like the reverse taco trade right there. The minute he says something's good, that would mean the other way around. So it's kind of like you got to watch out for that. There goes the Nasdaq to the downside. And we said we would wait to see if it was going to do something about that number at 830. We're right back in those levels again. So that was a pretty good one. We just, you always want to get bigger and better and stronger. And I think that was a really good call there. Palantir still $1. That looks like that'll be the big winner here for me early, obviously, is the only trade we have. So we'll have to wait to see if Palantir wants to continue higher. We just got some more out there at 85 on the way back up. So a big win there for Palantir early. Like I said, man, day goal on that one. So we are already done at 9:30, but we'll be here and see what we can do now moving forward. So Apple's still looking for that short. Tesla also right there.
315.
I mean, that 320 break, like, come on, man. How good was that? Congratulations, anybody that has that one. But congratulations on Palantir. Now that's now $1.20, as that's even going higher than we just last looked at it. So that's going to be a good name there as well. But yeah, so that's it for me right now. I just wish we had that Tesla trade. We missed the Robinhood by 10 cents. And other than that, it is what it is. There goes Tesla to the downside. We said that we'd look for some bid opportunities. I haven't
seen any that have looked any good on Tesla. When I was looking at the levels, I think you got to get a little bit lower. 315 makes sense, but you got to zoom out a little further than usual on that Tesla chart there. So Robinhood is attempting to bounce off VWAP. Look, obviously, like you said, like the initial dip buy, it was there for you. It's not like you couldn't have it. Larry Bird. It's not like you couldn't have had that dip buy, but I think maybe punching long through 73 would have made more sense on that dip. Anyways, it's bouncing off the volume-weighted average price, so the first chance to get in was now, off of 74. I want to look to add if we can get a little bit tighter to that level. If we break 74, then wait back to the level we liked before, which is down around that 72.5 level. So Robinhood's on the way. Some people are saying Tesla 312, 314 could be a bit of a level. I came in thinking short on Tesla, so I wasn't really thinking how far we're going to look for the dip buy, but you got to zoom way far out here, and that 312 makes some sense to me. But I'm not trying to catch a falling knife on Tesla, sorry. Robinhood looking good and bouncing, but let's go to Adara.
Lots of names to keep an eye on here, but I'm going to start with the market news. Earlier, we had state media in China reporting that Donald Trump held a phone call with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Now we actually have CNN confirming this. So CNN also reporting here that Trump held a phone call with Chinese President Xi. This is info we already knew, but sometimes the market does react when this comes out again. So following an earlier report from Chinese media that Trump and Xi spoke, CNN reporting the same thing. Just letting you guys know in case you're seeing this on your wires and wondering what that's about. FIVE, great move here off of earnings day one as well. 5 below, just saw that popping up on my scanner. Keep an eye on this one, just reaching 1 million shares traded on the day. So a bit lighter on volume. Back to you.
Are you sure President Xi didn't call Alex Karp or anything like that? Because like, hello, we want, I'm not going to do, my kid already got in trouble for doing the accent. I can't do it live on the air right there.
You don't have to do any jokes
Yeah,
anymore.
so there it goes, man. I mean, this is the one right now. We're cooking it up. The chef is in the building one more time. And there it is. There's the trade for you. We broke through 130. We talked about it. We still got a piece on. We have about 15% left, actually. So actually pretty good with it right now as it just continues to climb higher and higher and higher. I don't even know what to do with this trade at this point, but there it goes, man. It's good. So, you know, good so far on this. Yeah, Sharif was laughing. We were both kind of doing the Chinese there. So yeah, there it goes, man. Nice upside move for PLTR.
Sharif's allowed to do it.
Just Rip City right now, man. I mean, we love this name. I said there was no better day trading name, right? So, and obviously I believe in that. So there it goes. Good day, good move up right now for Palantir. We'll just hold on to it. We don't have, actually on that note, let me get one more piece just because. And again, that's the benefit. We talk about it, right? You trade a little bit more shares when you're right. It works like this. And when you're wrong, you just got to have your outs. So there it goes, man. It's Palantir. It's a monster. And glad we were able to have it for you guys live.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Like, make sure you have your outs. Why isn't? Oh yeah, it must be a 10-minute halt over here on Mullen because that's still not open. It should now open in about 30 seconds or so. Well, that'll be open imminently, but very quickly. Reloaded at 74 on Hood. I'm right underneath this 74 level. I'm not holding it $4 against me. So the first bounce got you to the $0.50 and a little bit better. But if it loses the bid here, we go back to square one, which is $1.50 lower where I like the long originally on Robinhood. So it's losing that 74 and heading downside. Mullen is going to open in about 2 seconds. No? All right, so Hood just lost a bit. I want to make sure I showed you guys the stop on the reload. We'll wait for our better price if we can even get it. Why are we not open here? It should be open in a couple seconds. And Circle, I've never seen anything like a buy and bounce this early. It's still gigantic. It went up to like 10 million, the buy and bounce. Ooh. So it's 6 million issued. I don't even understand how the bounce is going to be that big. But if this gets up to 20 on Mullen, that's the area I'm looking. We paid for locates on this one. Had to pay for locates on this just like yesterday. Cheaper than yesterday.
Oh, really?
Which doesn't make any sense. As was CoreWeave, which doesn't make any sense either. CoreWeave was cheaper locates today. That's almost SSR, down through $150. But Micron is at VWAP and starting to lose a bit there. The market's at the lows. So I think if you're, like I said, like there's no chance when the market's at the lows that I'm going to sit there and hold on to Hood. Why? Get out. The initial bounce didn't work for you. Well, the first time, the second time, no. Wait for it to get back into that 72.5 level here on Robinhood. Everything is dropping like an absolute rock as far as I'm concerned. So I want to look for something that I might like for the short trade. And as I say that, Mullen is halting to the downside already. That didn't take long.
So it's hilarious. We just both have only one trade today, Hood and Palantir. So we're trading the names that we like, but the market is heading to the downside. I guess that call wasn't so spicy after all. All right, let's go back over and figure out what's going on. But we do have Adair in a minute, but Mullen right now is just a halting machine right now. So let's go find out if there's something with this with Adair.
I don't have any news right now. I'm still looking into that, guys. Just want to let you know about Planet Labs, which is really strong today. $5.90 right now. So if you're a bit of a small cap trader, this might appeal to you. They do have a sales beat last night. They raised their fiscal 2026 guidance, though it's still well below analyst estimates. Back to you.
I'm convinced it's not actually, Circle's not opening imminently, regardless of how big that tap gets or the imbalance, because the tap is staying at 31. Like, until you see that move, the theoretical auction price move from 31, trust me, when I see that starting to climb, then we'll know that they're really getting into pricing this sucker. Wow, you're already, Hood Hood is already at 72.5 again.
Yeah.
Coinbase just went from 265 to 255 from the open. That is an absolute bleed. Like, you're falling like a rock here. I got to check to see how Micron's holding up, if that's even doing anything. Good. Yeah, that's still actually 3.5% green, but you're now at that 72.5 level. And this is something we said we wait for. Whoops. I just keystroked it, so I'll get it where I can.
All right, let's just see what winds up happening here. Obviously, as we sit there and we take Robinhood long. So let's go wait and see what winds up happening now with Robinhood back into that 72.50 mark that we tweeted out. So we'll wait to see if that comes in. Hopefully it does. Good feels there on Palantir, man. I mean, told you guys that we were getting another piece out, and thankfully we did. Palantir, like, this is what I'm talking about when I say one of the better day trading stocks. It is wild, like, at all times. Absolutely wild there for PLTR. So good look on that one, that's for sure, if you are trading. So we'll have a look. We'll have a look again. All right, let's go to Adara.
The show is brought to you by Prop XP. If you want a firm that's transparent, fair, and actually wants you to succeed, listen up. Prop XP gives you 1 to 200 leverage, one of the highest out there, and there's no watermark. Fast payouts, real support, and a team that's on your side. That's why they're rated 4.6 on Trustpilot and climbing. Use code TraderTV to get 50% off your challenge right now. Scan that QR code, click the link in the description box, and start trading smarter with Prop XP. Pass the challenge, get funded. Back to you.
All right,
Yeah, all right.
just,
Thanks, Prof.
Hood just bounced into 73, even exactly where there's somebody sitting there. I think you just reload off the bottom and play it back into that 73, at least for now. All right, the chips are starting to find some strength. NVIDIA just bounced off 141. That is the cue. So Hood is giving you the $0.50 right now. Ooh, Micron lost VWAP. Come on, just when the chips started looking strong, Micron loses VWAP. Backup plan was AMD. If AMD, forget about AMD back at 117. I thought that'd be 117.5. All right, so Robinhood's back in the green, at least for now. It needs to break that 73 level. That's going to be a key one. And as I said, Mullen halted to the downside. Probably going to be another 5 or 10 minutes before we get a second crack at that bad boy. But the NVIDIA is at least trying to climb in here. I think that gives you a shot for the chip names to be along again. Going to see if we can't get something above VWAP on Micron if we can get back there.
Yeah, good. All right, yeah, like, same thing, man. We loaded up on Robinhood. I mean, what else is new? So let's go. We just got some out at O's, or 95, sorry. Let's see if Robinhood wants to go higher, man. And let's make this I mean, it's already a pretty special day. Just thank everybody for watching. That's at the end of the day. That's all that matters. Like we said, we talk about this all the time, whether or not we put on winning trades or losing trades. I mean, you guys are here, and we really appreciate that. So thank you so much for coming out. And I mean, you know, I don't know how much longer we can keep picking these winners, but we're doing it. So, all right, Tesla 314. There's that 312 bounce area. We'd sort of looked at that on the daily chart, right into there. If we zoom in, I was talking about this in the pre-market, that there's that gap little area right there that we could potentially bounce off of. I said that we would try to look for some dip buy opportunities. That might be it right there for Tesla. We did get some more out of Robinhood up there in the 90s, high 90s. So that's going to be a good trade. We're just topping everything off today so far, right? But there it goes. Tesla, we'll wait to see what's going on. All right, so Uber right now as well. I was looking at different names, so let's go look somewhere else. Uber 83, darn. I really was hoping that this name would be above the 50-period moving average on the day on the 1 minute chart, but you can see we're sort of pointing down there. I was hoping that we'd still hold that $84. It's going downside. How's my CoreWeave short going? Right, holy shit! Wow! Damn, guys. Awesome. Like I said, though, unable to hold overnight, but there goes CoreWeave right down there to 144 and change. Hats off to all of you guys, man. Hopefully we're able to give you some swing ideas like this one with CoreWeave, and hopefully you're able to take some advantage of some of the trading that we're doing on the show live here as well. So there goes CoreWeave, man. Obviously thrilled with that short. I'm not in it, but there it goes. glad that we talked about it yesterday. Glad that there's some of you that were in the chat that were asking if I held overnight. There goes the 10%. Nice move to the downside. So see you later, alligator. One more time I say that. I don't know why. Maybe my kid said it yesterday. But there it is, a nice downside move there for CoreWeave. Glad to be to have brought you that, but not in it. But it's okay. Palantir does. Oh, Palantir's cracking lower. I was going to say what's going on.
Lower.
We just got out of Palantir again at 131.15. So this is a little strange to me. And a good bunch of outs there on Robinhood as well, man. So yeah, we're here today and doing quite well. So let's wait to see what winds up happening now, as the market is definitely fading out.
Oh, 100% it's fading out. I was just in an accidental short that I'll just hit bid enter on in Robinhood. It lost the support level at the 50 level. Didn't want that short underneath the 40 level, which obviously, look, man, it would have worked out, but we have a rule. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say we. A lot of traders have a rule. If you didn't mean to get into position, then don't hold on to it. But you can see how quickly it's dropping. Like, immediately would have been a winning trade. Micron's still not looking strong. And this is sort of the thing. Like, you come in thinking, okay, I want to be Micron long. It does a $3 move at the open. You're not in it. That doesn't mean that you have to fight it on the way down. It can't hold on to the volume weighted average price. So I'm not going to fight that one. But it is one of the few stocks that's holding above breakout price, which I like. So the breakout was down here at 105.60. As long as it holds on to that level, then I'm still going to be relatively bullish on it here. So looking for a bit of a bottoming tail, which could be happening. Market broke the low. This didn't. So first salvo into Micron finally could be coming in here. Tesla's also catching a bid at the 312 level. And apologies for not remembering who it was in the chat that called out 312 on Tesla. But it looks like you might have nailed it, at least temporarily. It's only at 314.
Yeah. Well, there's a guy right beside you also that called 312. So shout out to the guys in the chat as well. Oh, there it is. What's up, Vern? Shout out to you, Vern. I always say it's like great minds think alike, so I don't know why people are thinking like that, but like me. But that was that gap level. So great call, Vern. I'm glad you took that. And I just wish that we would have been there ourselves. But be careful, man. I mean, the market is downside and this stock is getting slapped. So that's a great level to get out. I was showing you that just seconds ago where we went like, that's why we're zoomed in. There's 312 right there. So we actually talked about that level. So let's see if you guys could hit that one more time for that level. I don't know. I'm back into Robinhood. We're going to wait to see if that wants to do anything right there to the upside as well. The trade that we missed again, and it's just like, no matter what the market does, you should always like look at your sticky note for sure, look at your trade ideas. Amazon was a huge move upside there today, but it was the #1 long idea. So when this fell back in and gave us some levels there, we probably should have considered them a little bit more. So Amazon right there at 208, 208.50, looking pretty good. I'm just not sure if we want to like ram into this long right now. Just because the market is down. We're underneath view up, we're underneath the 50 period. We're sort of, still making these moves lower here. So looking at Amazon, yeah, I mean, I like the stock. I'd rather have the futures kind of just calm down right now. Back into our good friend Robinhood right now. So let's take out a little bit of this if we can. Okay, now it's coming back. I just saw it almost ripped back up to 73. Went to 72.80 right there. So we'll buy it. We did get stopped out. It does go all the way lower right there for us on Robinhood. So we'll be red on Robinhood, but not by much. And then Palantir is the big one. Just so you guys know, I'm red 10% on Robinhood, what we made on Palantir. So I'm pretty happy, obviously, with that kind of a trade, and that's how I trade. So hopefully we can do that, and then we'll just wait. Here comes Robinhood again falling back. So this is what I'm saying. Don't think, like, I feel like this market, it's been so hot recently, and then now we get we reacted negatively to the number at 830, and then we got whatever that was there with that Trump G call that happened. That sort of sparked the market, and I just wonder if it really needed to do that. Palantir bounced so good off 130 there, man. That's where we got stopped out. I just didn't want to hold, even though we had probably 6%, maybe 5% left, but there it goes right there back in for Palantir. So yeah, good. Yeah, just a couple names traded today: Palantir, Hood, and Micron.
That's about it.
Yeah, and it's a good one there. So we'll see if we can get some money back on Robinhood. We're long at 72.40 with more shares than we had the first time.
Yeah, we're finally into Micron. It's the first time. Okay, there we go. Mullen reopened after up halt, down halt, then tried to get back to the halt price. It failed the 16 level. So once it did that, I'm like, okay, we'll go for the short off the 16, giving it to that prior high over here on Mullen. So we're in for that for the first time. Whoa, it just broke back out. All right, we said we take this shot. If it ever fails that first halt price, I only want to be shorted. I'd rather be short early than late. Once it establishes an upward trend, you don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. Oh, here comes Hood again down into the 10 level.
Oh, yeah.
72 even.
It's gone.
I was sitting right in front of 72 to get some more, so I'm long at the quarters on, I was about to say Mullen, but we're on Mullen right now. We'll go over to Robinhood when I hit enter. I was sitting right here at 72 too. If we can't hold on to 72, this is looking nasty, nasty on Robinhood as we're about to go underneath the even dollar on this bad boy. Tesla, oh goodness, Tesla's gonna break the low as well.
Oh gosh, we have a banger now, a big bang right now, as we will lose on Robinhood, that's for sure. But Apple just broke 202, so we wound up going short there on Apple and got a good cover there in the 60s. So it still might not go. I just wanted to hit that sign to let you guys know that we're in another trade right now on Apple. Hopefully this can get to the downside. I'm bidding 74. I don't know why I'm bidding 74s, but I am. So right there, we'll see if we can get that fill on Apple. Hopefully there is some more downside pressure here on the overall market. This was my number 2 trade idea for the day. The first one, wow, go Apple, let's go. Nice move right there for us on Apple. Apple making it another move here. Wow, we're really seeing things quite well right now for some of these names. But Robinhood, no, as that broke through 72 and we wound up getting out. And again, like just had too many shares there. We got out of Robinhood. Maybe we'll get back into it, but whatever, man. It's not a day maker for me, anyways. We're right here right now with Apple, trying to see what that's doing. So yeah, despite losing on Robinhood, so I took basically 3 shots at Robinhood, and right now I'm up the same amount on Apple that we lost on Hood. So, and I like to, we all don't choose to talk like that, but I like to do that just to let you guys know the kind of risk that I'm putting into these plays, and just that's what it is. So I'm gonna wait. We did like Apple short, so we just hit it pretty good there. 201.40s is the bottom. Let's see what winds up happening here. The market's not even doing anything, and Apple—
It's breaking the low.
Yeah, no, but it's not really doing anything. The Apple is cracking right now compared, like this is what the market's doing. It has like a 20 handle range right now, and now going back up. So right now we'll see, but I'm really happy with being in this Apple trade. Obviously, I wish I would have held that Hood, I guess, because now it's back to 72.20. But yeah, really good with this Apple. And then Palantir, same kind of ways, man. We got stopped out there, but Palantir is going to carry the day for us here anyways. So, so far so good there. And then there goes Robinhood. Good hold there for you on Robinhood. Looks like the market right there. Nice bounce, man. Real nice bounce there on the ES and the NQs. So, yeah, wish we still had that. We would probably be at 2 or 3 times daily goal if we had Robinhood still. But good move, good hold. We'll see what Neil's up to, and then we'll go over to Adair first, and then we'll come back and talk to Neil.
Here's our happening now segment. This is the Nasdaq. As you can see, lots of volatility today. We had a little bit of some pre-market excitement, to put it that way, after we had Xinhua, which is a local Chinese media company. I guess they're reporting that Donald Trump spoke with Xi of China. We know that these talks have been very much wanted. We were expecting them to talk tomorrow. It looks like they've already spoken. CNN reported this later as well. MongoDB here, earnings day one, nice push to the upside. This one did have a revenue and EPS beat. They raised their guidance for fiscal 2026, and their buyback program here now $1 billion. They added $800 million. Here's MU. A lot of these semiconductor names have been on watch today. MU getting a positive note from Mizuho later yesterday, and also Broadcom here reporting earnings, so keep an eye on these semis. Last but not least, Tesla, very much here to the downside. Elon Musk has been on watch here, of course, making some comments about the big, beautiful bill. But additionally, with regards to Tesla, we did have the company apparently asking in court that the NHTSA not review put forward their crash data. It has to do with a suit as well with the Washington Post. You can find out more about that in our watch list. So make sure to like and subscribe. I'll send you back to the guys.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Darren. Thank you for earlier reminding us about when we have the economic data and when we don't. So just a lot to unpack there on Robinhood. It did break. It broke down underneath the prior bar. So I got out. So I was stopped out on Robinhood. It then retook 72 back into the upside, as you can see here, and then regained the bottom. So that's like a re-entry. And then it just tagged the 72.5. Cannot seem to get past 72.5 as it comes back into the downside. And then Micron also did a very similar, like it did a bit of a bottoming tail candle on a higher low as well on Micron, but can't seem to break 107. So if it loses this prior bar now, which is 106.10, like that's a tighten the stop situation for me. Like if this candle doesn't get you to VWAP, then you don't give it to the low. I'm tightening the stop to this candle at 106. It's a 3-minute candle. It's like 106.10 or so. So I don't even want that to get back into the low of the day. I think that could be trouble if it gets down to that price. The other thing I wanted to go over too, if we could, just for a second, haven't traded Tesla yet, but look at these bottoming tail candles that you're seeing on Tesla. Like it's just, every time it's now dipped into 313, it's trying to close above the 314 level. So I think you have a really nice, base of action at about 313, at least for now. If it loses the buyers down there, Tesla's in a world of hurt. But I think it's finally starting to look a little bit better for the long side of the trade. Daniel T, I've seen you a million times asking about NCLH. Candidly, have not been paying too much attention to the travel space lately, but great shout out. It's up 4.5%. When you're seeing the market like this week, you want to find pockets of strength and no questions asked. I don't know if it's all of them. I haven't checked CCL today, but NCLH looks really strong. Watch out for this 20, it's like 19.5 into 20 local high here on the daily chart. But above the 50 period, I think this is breaking trend. Usually trade CCL for swings and things like that, but NCLH looks pretty good. I'm not sure specifically if there's news as to why it's strong and up 4.5% into a down market.
All right, well, we got reloaded there on Apple, so we have this little thing right here, so we'll see. But SMR right now, really starting to go to the downside. So we got some out around this level. I thought it was 30.75 or something like that. This is 2 weeks ago. We got out. We did have to watch this thing go all the way to $36. We didn't get out of the ball. I think we may have got out of half of that, or maybe a little bit more on SMR when we had that huge move to the upside there on that nuclear bill that was signed there, the power, whatever that bill was. But all right, I don't know. I don't want to, try to celebrate Apple too much because I'm looking for a little bit more. We just actually, you know what? Where am I bidding? I'm bidding 76s. All right. Let me just take out 5% here at 80. Okay, well, 81s, I guess. I was going to put 83s. We'll take out a little bit. We just reloaded it there at O's. There it is. We just got our fill, so that's a good one. So now we'll wait to see. I don't have any more bids. We just got that 76 fill that we're waiting for just ahead of the quarters. So, yeah, we just reloaded that one. And, yeah, still looking over here at Robinhood again. So how far does this have to go back up to get green for you? Because I made a mistake, I think, getting out at 72. I wish I would have held a little bit more. Well,
right now I needed to get to 70. Actually, no, it doesn't need to. It doesn't need to get to 73.
Okay.
If it gets to 70,
I'm gonna buy the dips again.
I'd be green, but I'm trying to. I don't want to look at it that way. I want to get some out at first resistance.
Yeah, which is.
And then I want to look at VWAP or 73. So I just popped an offer. I'm on the north side of 50. Yeah,
because that's what I was asking you, because that high is right here at 60s.
No, it's silly. I just offered 49s and got it, but I was sitting at 53. But I also tried to buy the dip in here just now off of 72 again and couldn't get filled. Like that's how quickly it's starting to move. Like it sees 72 and it's really bouncing in there. So Hood, it's interesting. Like Hood and Micron came in looking for the longs, and it's like these are not the longs you're expecting. Like you're expecting usually that dip buy, like that 930 dip buy, and then that'll be the good one. Instead, you get something a little bit different. I just hit enter.
Let's wait for
Apple. Hit enter a second time here because that's still Robinhood. Micron is now getting into the volume weighted average price. So nice rounded bottom of Micron. It still, to me, is not an ad at any higher prices. I think it can get to that point. Maybe that'll be holding above 107 in VWAP. But at this point, I think you're still looking to buy off the 106 level on MU, so we'll stick with this and see if it can get going. I see NVIDIA is at least trying to go. Tesla can't seem to do much of anything. Just running down the list here a little bit. Oh, there was something on the list that I wanted to look at. It was HIMS. Oh, okay. I never got to HIMS. Please tell me.
CoreWeave is that? Oh my god.
Oh man, HIMS. Oh my goodness. So HIMS the last 2 days, the reason why I'm kind of like not happy is the last couple of days, big fails after open pushes and then dropping. You're like, yeah, it's going to do a continuation right into it basically gave you free money short off of the afternoon levels. I think this is a continuation short play here on HIMS. But I just pulled it up for the first time. Punching in at VWAP doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense. That's a FOMO trade for not having it earlier. So let's let this one settle down, see if it can close under VWAP and stay red. So I think HIMS looks like a bit of a turn, and it looks even better when you pop the 15-minute up. Adara?
Let's keep an eye here in BTU. This company is called Peabody Energy, trading around 750,000 shares so far today, so not a ton of volume, but there is some news here. U.S. Department of Interior basically announcing here, I guess, a expansion here of their investment in coal country to fuel jobs and economic growth. Nice little move here for BTU. Also be aware, this isn't super shocking or anything, but CNBC just saying with regards to that China call reportedly between Xi and Trump, CNBC just saying that hasn't been confirmed. Again, not necessarily news, but I just want to let you guys know just in case we still don't have any confirmation that this call took place. Furthermore, I'm seeing apparently Circle shares indicated at $42 to $44 here for their open. IPO here priced at $31, and the expected range is 27 to 28. So we're expecting an open well above this range as far as I can see right now. Back to you.
Maybe soon for this. All right, so CoreWeave, look, I have a small position here. We're not going to do like what we did yesterday. We don't have a developed top other than what we see right here, right now at 150. So we're just going to wait and see if this gives us what we need to up here. And if it breaks 150, we'll give it $1 up to 151 and change. We're really small on this now, but I did want to get involved because if this market does eventually get to and break those lows, as we were talking about, like 10 minutes ago or so, maybe a little bit more than that now. It's, what was that, 9:45? Oh, wow, that was about 20 minutes. We were right there. So we could see if we can get back in. So there's, okay, well, there's $1 fill right there. So we'll go bearish on that one right now as we're $1 in the money now on CoreWeave, and it's really starting to go. So hopefully it can, well, it's not really, but we'll see if it can get back into the downside there. I have my levels set up right there. That's where I was just looking at. That's 146. I mean, here, let's take out, well, actually, we took out about 25% right there. My next bid, I don't have one, so let's just go 147.55, like right into here. There it is, there it is, there it is, Neil. There's a $2 winner again for you. So hopefully, I don't know, we just talked about it. It's CoreWeave. We're now at the highest spot we've been at all day again. So let's go back into 146 and change. We'll bid some 147s there, see if we can get that as a, you know what, maybe I'll just punch out because we don't need to dance too much around with this level. Oh, we just missed a punch. We just tried to get 35s right there on CoreWeave. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember you, CoreWeave. I can't get any prices you want. But there it is anyways, CoreWeave. But you know what's really making it go right now? We're almost up as much on Apple as we are on Palantir right now. Wow, have faith in your trades. We don't have it in... we don't have it in Robinhood. We dumped out of that one. When you make a move, and again, like I just... What's really changed for me is, and shout out to Adam, Deleuze, and some of the guys out on the chat, some of the traders on the chat that have really helped me, you know, with this. And that is like, if there's something that, you know, you're in that's not really working for you, I don't need to be stubborn with it. I could just go over to something that is working, right? And I mean, for Apple, for example, there it goes, man. I mean, we were waiting for, I have an irresponsible amount of shares up here at VWAP, but it never got to that. But we did average it back in at 202.05 or something like that. And then when it just dripped back into the lows of the day, like I said, let's see if the market can test those lows. That has really made a big difference. So, you know, trading with a little bit bigger shares on stocks that, you know, we really believe in. And that's why I went back over to Amazon again. That's why I went to CoreWeave. That's why we're looking at Circle. These are the 4 names that I have on here. You know, and it's no surprise. I mean, whatever. I liked Robinhood anyways. And that Robinhood at 72.50, I tweeted that out. So all the names that I had written down were all names that I traded and I think traded well. This unfortunately broke 72, and I just, for my account, didn't want to hold that many shares through there. Could have got out to 75% and could have punched back in for sure. But there goes Robinhood, man. I'm really glad that we, I'm just glad that we had all, I mean, I'm glad that you have it, but I'm glad that we all talked about it.
Oh, I'm out.
Yeah. Did you get green on it?
I got back to green, but okay. it wasn't about that. It was about that $73 level, but it psyched me out at 73. Like it failed it again. On a 3-minute chart, it'll be a little bit harder to see, but it failed it again, came back underneath. And so I punched out when it got back underneath that 73, that same resistance, and now you're shooting up to VWAP. The good news is, let me just cancel 72 bid, don't need that in there anymore. If it drops $1.50, We'll find a way to get back in. But I want to be able to play this long. As long as it holds higher lows, we'll try to jump back into this one if we can. And then Micron gave up that prior bar low, but it didn't break the actual low. Remember I said, play it into VWAP, tighten the stop up a little bit because it's trending down, and then wait to get more aggressive until it either gets to the actual low or breaks the trend line that's to the downside. Like, it's got a pretty distinct downtrend. I use the wrong tool there, so it's not going to extend. Either we break this trend or I wait for some better lows here on Micron. Let's go to Adair.
I just want to give you guys an update here. Robinhood might be moving because of this. The chief brokerage officer of the company, Steve Quirk, speaking right now at a conference, he said, and I quote, Robinhood customers were strongly buying the dip. So Steve Quirk, I guess, encouraging the stock a little bit higher here at this conference. Also, Chinese embassy in the U.S. confirming here, apparently China's President Xi did hold a phone call with Trump at Trump's request. They specifically said Trump requested this call. Either way, the call apparently has been held, now confirmed here by the Chinese embassy in the U.S. And then, yeah, HOOD really strong here, guys. Back to you.
It was the Chinese that kind of said it in the first place. So you want to hear officials on both sides confirming it, ideally. That would be what you want. But Steve, you couldn't have started talking like a little bit sooner?
Steve?
Yeah, well, what was his last name again? Steve Quirk. Yeah, Steve Quirk, you should have started a little bit sooner. But either way, Robinhood, I always have to hit enter twice here. Robinhood back into the volume weighted average price and just pressing. So I'm, again, not chasing that move. I'd love to see some kind of a setup where you get a good higher low, but it's either going to be VWAP, maybe a prior resistance level, like whatever works is what I want to jump to. I don't want to get away from this because it's been a good bouncing stock here, and it does look relatively strong. Tesla's actually catching a bit of a bid here, believe it or not. Tesla at VWAP could be something. Let's be patient with Tesla. I mean, Tesla breaking VWAP is not something that even remotely, it kind of happened yesterday, but it was a good short level if you let it get into VWAP and break and then retake under. So I'm thinking the same way. Like, let other people stop out at VWAP and then try to catch the curl after they're out.
Really too bad. It's too bad about Robinhood because, like, we added it to the sticky note when we looked at that level. Here it is right here, man. It's an hour ago. Adding Robinhood to the sticky note back at 72.50 if we're lucky. If we're lucky. The only red stock for me today, Robinhood, and we're up, man. We're positive today. There's nothing wrong with the day that we're actually having. Pretty good day. I mean, we're at pretty much the same levels that we were at when we had Palantir up here, and then Palantir faded out, and then we were able to go back over and do really well on Apple, which is helping the market, which is helping my P&L right there, obviously, with Apple. And then the CoreWeave trade, I'm really hoping, no, I'm not actually, I'm really hoping that is going to be a banger as well. So we'll get that going in just 1 second. Andre, just give me a second there as we wait. So I am bidding more on the downside there for CoreWeave. So hopefully we'll get that fill, but I'm not 100% sure if it's going to get in there, but that's where we're bidding, 146. Just to give you an idea, yeah, 146.15s all the way down to the downside. All right. I just want everyone to know we've talked to these guys before. Make sure you do scan that QR code on your screen right now. Traders, are you ready to fully optimize the computer you use for trading every single day? Well, Easy Trading Computers and Trader TV have teamed up to bring you an exclusive sale on the world's most powerful AI-ready computers for trading. This limited time desktop and laptop sale includes exclusive performance upgrades, bonus gear. Wow, bonus gear. And 0% financing, okay. And it's only for Trader TV viewers. Scan the QR code right there, enter your email and unlock access before it's gone. This exclusive sale ends June the 12th at 5 p.m. It's coming up Eastern, so that you scan that QR code in the link in the description box and it'll take you right there. So Easy Trading Computers. You may need a good computer to trade some CoreWeave right there, because there goes CoreWeave to the downside. And there's our fill on CoreWeave. It's another $2.50. I'm still a little bit upset about that Robinhood trade, but as I said, man, we just move on from that. Well, we don't really, as you can tell, but we're trying to move on from that. But there it is, man. Go to something else, nail it to the wall again, and there it goes, man. Good trade there for us on CoreWeave, as Robinhood's at $74. Look, I'm just glad that we talked about that, and it's there. But there goes CoreWeave. Huge move to the downside again, man. Palantir, CoreWeave, and Apple for me, man. 3 for 4 today, and just really starting to rock out. I guess the only other, we've traded that, Micron, HIMS. What else have we traded? Palantir, Tesla.
Well, yeah. Tesla is coming. Sorry, I was just eating. Tesla's coming into VWAP, but the plan of action was to let it test the volume weighted average price the way that it did before.
Look at
like yesterday, it tested and broke it and then came back to the downside. So I want to let it try to run some people out here. Opening range top also sits more at 317 than anything else. So I want to see it get into that price, maybe break it maybe by 20, 30 cents, whatever it might be, and then come back underneath. Then I want the short on Tesla, not on the way up, but trying to grab it on that way to the downside. Robinhood and Micron are still going to be part of the plan. But as I said, like, it's okay to be wrong. It's not okay to stay wrong. Like for me, like I have a flat stock, a couple of flat stocks, and 2 down stocks, but down 1/4 of my best stock yesterday. So it's one of those days. And that's what you got to try to do at the end of the day. Like try to make sure you don't have anything that's egregious. And that's why you get out and wait for another setup. We could be down at 105 and I still like it on Micron. If we get a bounce off pre-market lows, we could be down at the prior day high at 104, and I'd look for a mean inversion play on that one as well. But right now, the action seems to be Tesla for me at the volume weighted average price. Just let it get in and try to break it. It held there yesterday, the first time it got there for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then pulled back. So I want to be patient as it screams into this level and not just jump in willy-nilly. Was that a call for Dara? No.
All right, yeah, back over here, I guess. Yeah, we're just covering all the markets. If you guys want us to look at anything, man, who wants it? Big, that's a Big Kyle? All right, we'll get a hot dog for you. I don't know, we'll give a hot dog here, and that's for you, first of all. And yeah, man, I mean, this is just, I don't know. Where is my hot dog guy? I don't even know where it is. No, that's chicken. Okay, until I find, oh yeah, it's called hot dog. There it is, hot dog gun. I think I would know where this is, man. It's only been that long. But yeah, it's, yeah, again, thanks everybody, for everything there today. We're actually out of a little bit more of CoreWeave. We just got that 140. I mean, that was sort of our target there. Like I said, I don't know how far we're going to go. We're waiting for the last piece to get out there. If we break 150, we're out. So it could be reverse hot dog cannon for CoreWeave if it continues to go upside, that's for sure. So we're going to wait to see what winds up happening there with it. But for right now, yeah, CoreWeave trying to make that move back higher right now. But Apple is not. And Apple, I have 5 times the shares on Apple, obviously, that I do on CoreWeave. So we'll wait to see what winds up happening there with AAPL at the day's low. Apple's doing all of this, and the market is doing nothing. So yeah, I really like this trade. I still can't really get over Robinhood because this would have been my best trade. I need not make the bottom of the day. I literally made the bottom of the day there. On Robinhood. So that's going to happen, and yeah, what can we do? Nothing. So there it goes, man. We'll just continue to watch it. Okay, CoreWeave there tries to break 150, and I think does. So let me get a piece. Well, yeah, okay. So it does fly back into 149, but here it goes, man. So 151 is an out for us. We have to do that because then it won't make any sense. Like if we have to take a $1.50 hit or something when we're only taking a $1.50 winners, right? So we're going to watch out for it, but it looks a lot stronger right now. Robinhood's having a day today too, like a conference day or something.
Yeah, it's
so I didn't even really realize that. But Robinhood really doing the best
Wait till
today
they stop talking.
As it just keeps on going higher and higher and higher. I'm still upset about that, as you can tell, but that's okay. That's that. Apple's really doing well for us. Robinhood, and then Palantir. Again, we didn't make the low of Palantir, but we did get stopped out there in and around that 130 marker. So a couple not great stop outs. The low of the day on big boy shares on Robinhood does suck. So yeah, hey, it's Sean. I'm Sean, and what can you do? We make those mistakes. And Alibaba, just real quickly here. Let's have a quick look at that one before we go over to Adara. I've liked 120 on this stock, and unfortunately, I wasn't looking at it in the pre-market. We probably should have, but I think when you have all this Chinese talk and stuff like that, it's tough to trade a name like Alibaba without really trusting what's going on there. But there's that 120 break, and it was pretty good. And we're getting lower. I may short this. I chose to short Apple, one of the bigger names related to China. So that's starting to work. Tesla, obviously, as well, another big name related to over there. So yeah, we're just in positions right now. It is what they are. And if CoreWeave breaks 151, then, which is going to happen right now, then we are out of CoreWeave. So there it goes again. So too bad. We were there for that trade. We got a couple good winners. Then we give some back right there. Let's go over, I think, to the desk and figure out what Adara is up to. And we're going to wait for CoreWeave to get back like maybe 155 or so. It's on fire right now. We're not standing in the front of this train. We did it yesterday afternoon. It did not work. We made money in the morning, gave it back in the afternoon, then hit it late. So we'll wait to see if CoreWeave does something. SoFi's moving, everything. So we'll wait to see what's going on right now and go back over to the desk with Adara.
Who cares what I'm up to? Let's talk about what these small caps are up to. The IWM here right now trying to retest, I guess, this low of day yesterday, that 208.20 area. Right now we're at 208.10s, much like the rest of the market. Nice push pre-market, dropping off the open, potentially trying to recover here, but still red on the day. Here's AIHS. I couldn't find any news here on Senmayo Technology. The last story I saw in Benzinga was from August 2024, but Senmayo does have about just under 10 million share float, about 9.35 million shares. So small-ish float here for AIHS. Then you have Planet Labs here, PL. This is a day one earnings play, and it's just breaking day's highs as we speak. They beat on Q1 sales. Their fiscal 2026 sales guide, they increased, but it's still a little bit lower here than estimates, but their Q2 sales guide sort of in line here. So mixed guidance there. Zenatech, ZENA, we know this one has moved higher in the past. It's a Canadian company right now, consolidating a little bit near day's highs, announcing a drone as a service program aimed at targeting strategic partnerships with U.S. defense and government agencies. Good look here for ZENA. Like and subscribe, and back to you.
Thank you, Adara.
Thank you very much, Adara, for sure. Appreciate you guys. And I don't know if you gave another update here. $45 is the current on Circle for anyone that is interested in that bad boy. We don't know when it's going to open up, but the last update, $45, which would be a good looking open. And I'll tell you right now, everybody, limited risk at Trade the Pool? Oh yeah, this is actually one of the most valuable parts of Trade the Pool. It's new. It's called VOD, something different from them. Video on Demand Library. And it's a free resource filled with real trading stories, strategy deep dives, practical insights to help you grow as a trader. So whether you're looking to improve your entries, manage risk better, or just stay motivated, this is where experience meets education. And to make sure nothing valuable slips through the cracks, there's the note feature. See something worth remembering? Click note. Write it down, and it stays saved right inside of the video. Head to tradethepool.com. Tap the trading VOD and start completely free. Shout out to Trade the Pool. Check out that QR code below, link in the description. So I'm like, what's crazy about this Circle, before I get back to Tesla in a second, it's only 6 million shares is the issue, and you've got 3.8 million early paired off, which is gigantic opening interest. So suffice to say, I haven't decided. Oh, come on. Oops. I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
I think this is going to be like a normal full lot, like we were doing with what was the last big one we took for everything? It wouldn't have been CoreWeave. It was something else before that. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm really liking the open on that. As long as it doesn't open at like $80 or something stupid. Right now, it's indicating under 50, which I think is fine. So there was the trend break on Micron. You saw me just cancel some orders and not chase it because I missed that. And if you're waiting, this is sort of the thing. If you're waiting for a trend break to get back in, you can get the trend break open and then it just starts going and you're not into it and you don't want to chase it because that'll be violating a rule. The other thing which I was talking about was Tesla not sitting at VWAP, looking to see it consolidate and fail off of the volume weighted average price, but it didn't do that. So thankfully, we're not into that trade. There's no need to fight this one if it wants to head higher. I think now you let it play off of the 320 level because that was the pre-market low. So allow it to get back into this level to short off of the 320 is going to be my plan of action next if I can't get back into Micron. And Robinhood obviously being unfortunate because like if I'm not playing that long into the resistance level, we could still be in this one. And it's not even giving you any dips yet into the volume weighted average price. That's the next place to look for me on Hood. Jump back in off of the VWAP. So it's that, Tesla, and Micron. I mean, it's still the same three names that I'm looking at that we started out with, which is perfectly fine. I think that's almost like it should be. Like you want to take to me, I'll always take shot plays in like individual setups, like a Mullen, which I made the top pick on Mullen. But I have a hard rule about stocks like this. If I'm shorted off a halt level to the prior high, I'm not holding past the prior high. Because while it might look like, yeah, but Neil, it went $4 to the downside, it could also break it out. And next thing you know, if you don't have a stop, it's halting up at like 18 and you're losing $2 or $3. So ultimately, you just have to have whatever your subset of rules are going to be. Mullen seems to want to go back to a single-digit stock, and we'll see if we can find something for it later. But right now, I'm going back over to Micron, Tesla, and the regular plan of action, Robinhood. But that really needs to calm down and give us a more reasonable entry point to the long side.
All right, I'm just staying on Apple right now, trying to watch, see what's going on. We're at VWAP right now, so we're going to try to, we are averaging into it. I don't know. We're not taking, like, we're waiting for this 75. If we can get 75 on it, then so be it, and we'll try that. So we'll try Apple up here at 75. I just took a little bit more right now. I was hoping that we could get up to there. I don't want to have not like a very good price by the time we get up there right now. They have over 3 million, I think, people waiting or something like that for credit cards at Robinhood is what they're talking about. Yeah. So an absolute monster there for Robinhood. And you want to talk about, like, I don't know how many shares you had on Mullen there, but this was the whole day. This was the number one opportunity, and I got stopped out right there at $72. And that was the low of the day there, and that was a monster trade. If we had still had it, but of course,
well, it's the place to say Mullen
get stopped out. Oh no, I know I probably had hundreds.
The thing about Mullen, it went like if I put my stop 20 cents more, right? Like the stock got to VWAP, and VWAP was $1, and the next support was $2.50. So like it would have been good, obviously. Thank you so much, no worries. Randy. Appreciate you there. Just one more, because I just went over and realized we haven't even shown NVIDIA today, and NVIDIA complete V shape. Now on NVDA, I'm going to stick with Micron because that's where I liked it a little bit better. But I'm going to have this up on the back burner because as long as NVIDIA, if it can hold green or just hold VWAP or hold this upward trend, I think that bodes pretty well for all of the chips and might give me a bit of an indication as to where to maybe get out if we get back into Micron. But I'm not buying underneath VWAP here. I'd like to see it hold out above. Tesla did not. The second you get patient with Tesla, I'm like, yeah, let's play it off 320. It immediately decides to fail 319. So there it is. It did not respect VWAP on the way up. If it respects it on the way down, I'll probably care about that a little bit and be more patient with the 320. But for now, that's the level I'm looking for on Tesla. Let's go to Adara.
This is our crypto update here, and let's look at Bitcoin on this daily chart. Bitcoin right now, kind of a precarious level here, to put it lightly. We have continued to have these lower highs. Right now, this is our third straight day to the downside. Next support area would be this low from Saturday, May 31st, around 103.2. Right now, we're at 104.3, so we're about $1,000 away here. I want to talk as well about the fact that Robinhood, I know it's been discussed a lot in the big desk, but I want to talk about more from a news perspective right now. Steve Quirk speaking, he right now is their CBO, and he basically said that their investors were buying the dip. One thing about tokenization that was interesting here as well is that he said that he thinks tokenization is going to be big in the next, I believe, 5 to 10 years. So keep an eye here on Robinhood, of course, in the crypto space. Before we move on to the rest of this crypto look, I want to talk about the weekly on Bitcoin, because if you zoom out on the weekly on Bitcoin, it still looks really good. We have this nice uptrend after this rounded bottom and this cup and handle pattern, but we're about to take out this weekly low potentially here on BTC. So overall, the trend is pretty good, but if you zoom in a little bit these last couple of weeks, things could be tightening a little bit. Stuff to be aware of. Let's talk right now about the rest of these crypto plays. Bitcoin relatively flat here. Ethereum down 1% back below 2,600. BNB down about 1.5%. XRP down 2%. Solana down 3%. So there's a bit more divergence here once again between how these different crypto names are performing. They're not all looking the same today. Back to you.
Also, apparently, go SoFi.
Yeah, go SoFi, go Apple, go everything right now. Yeah, SoFi probably catching some. I mean, I know SoFi and Robinhood are obviously different names. Okay, give me those 15s. Yes. Oh, man, I was like you guys know, man, that Robinhood trade shook a little bit there because we had that, man, and it's, you know, there's only, like, I only want to do a few trades and I want to do good ones, and that was a good one. And we dropped it at literally made the low of the day there. So, all right. So there goes Apple, man. We just took another shares, as I guess Neil was talking, or we went over to Adair there in the last couple minutes. So came up to VWAP. We're going to take some out now as we are back into the 50 period moving average again. I'm bidding 02s, but we may not get there. Let me just bid some 08s as we just resisted that little there. Okay, we got some 08s there. So now, okay, there we go. And we get now 02s. So, okay, Apple. Let's see how low we can go now. What about this level right there? 80s. Let's put a bid right there. I don't know if we're going to let's take out a little bit more right here at 05. All right, now let's put something into the 80s again. Let's put 20% of what we have left out there into the 80s, and there it goes, man. Palantir's still going to be PL number 1, but, you know, we've left that alone. It's probably... Again, making that low suck there. We had less than 5% of our shares left, and we told you that. But sticking around, and we said shout out to Adam and shout out to everybody else in the chat there, because we just went back over to Apple and said, you know what, we've got a good read on it. Amazon was the other name that I felt like we were going to be good with. This is coming in a little bit. I do want to be short this market, I think. So for me, for right now, let's just hold out a little bit and wait to see if the short prints and not just jump into Amazon, because if this short does fall through and we do go back into the low of the day, this Apple trade's going to be humming. So I don't want to give it off there. Missing the sticky note delivery. Yeah, no, what's up, Curtis Webb? The sticky note did not go out after market open. I can guarantee you that, because I tweeted out the 72 level on Robinhood. That was an hour ago, or more than an hour ago. This one, does it say exactly when it got posted?
Only for a little bit. And then
8:51. So right there, 8:51, the sticky note went out. So yeah, it's there. It's right here too. So Apple, short air, there's Circle, waiting for that. And then CoreWeave. Let's go double check on what's going on. I apologize. If you go at Trader TV, Sean, I don't know why it was late for you or whatever. I'm not sure, but I apologize for that. I'll try to get it out earlier. But there's CoreWeave doing what it's doing right now. I'm going to get some more out of Apple because it is bouncing off that. Okay, well, we just got 202s again. It is bouncing off 202. Yeah, CoreWeave, it looks like we almost nailed the top again right there, but that does go to 152. Our stop was 151s, so I think that was pretty good there, getting stopped out in and around that level. But yeah, there's always ifs and buts, right? So yeah, we'll wait. I mean, there it is down to 148. That's part of my problem. And I said this, man, it's a curse and blessing at the same time. When you're trading more shares, you do have to get stopped out, because I don't have risk limits per se that I have to adhere to, you know, but I still want to try to be responsible. And it's just like, you know, if you have a couple shares here and it rips up, maybe you don't stop yourself out, right? But it's not good practice. So, you know, you got to take the trades out when you don't think they're right. And then that's how you build up, you know, your share size and things like that. So we get stopped out there being disciplined on CoreWeave, which is fine. I still like the stock, and I think there's good opportunities there. But getting back into Apple is something, and then Robinhood as well. Right now, breaking through the highs of 74 and change. We keep on teasing SoFi, but I don't think we actually looked over there. SoFi up to 14. Yeah, someone was commenting about SoFi getting up to $14. Yeah, good name there, as that's starting to rip up. They need one of their investor days or something. That high of 1450 seems to still be puzzling a little bit, as we can't break through there. We'll see if we can get it. But look, the thing about SoFi, you know, some criticism on the stock, fine, but if you break it down, you're above the 200 period, you're above the 50 period moving average as well. It's looking pretty good on the daily chart. You know, it's not up here, but up here would be great, and we could maybe get there. So you're not too far away. I mean, you're pretty far away from a percentage point, but if you go up a couple dollars, then your rate sort of back into this level, which I think we would be happy with. So let's wait to see if SoFi does get off the bottom there again. A name that I know you stepped into yesterday. Let me just check out Webull. So Webull's right here at 1060. So not doing anything, actually down 4% today.
Oh, it gave it all back.
Yeah, exactly. So I was hoping that it was going upside there, but it doesn't look like Webull wants to do that. So nice move down there. And I'm getting ready to maybe rethink. I will not be there. I got some more out of Apple. Oh, what? I did get that, Phil? Okay. All right, we did get that fill down there. All right, so I was going to say I'm getting a little nervous about see right into that level. Remember we talked about that. Getting nervous here because it's not really trading properly, Apple. So all right, let's go over to Neil, then we'll start talking some more trades.
Yes, sir. And if you're looking for more trades, one of the best places you can do it is over at eSignal because it's free for 1 month. I know we say it every single time, but free is a pretty good price, especially if you want to try something out that gives you back testing, forward testing, the imbalance locator, access to multiple pretty much any market that's worth trading, you're going to be able to get. It's an entitlement-based system, so you can add what you need and no more and no less. It's highly adaptable, very intuitive, reliable, real-time data out there for you, so you can take your trading game to the next level. You can trade through multiple brokers, so you can hook it up and execute your trades through there, have access to pretty much everything. You could be trading Circle and looking at what the indicated open price is going to be whenever it does open up, hopefully
45.
before. It's indicating 45 right now, yeah. And shout out to eSignal for doing that 1 month free. You don't know how long it's going to last, so check them out. Scan the QR code you see out in front of you right there and trade. We always like to say it. Trade smarter, not harder. That's what you want to do. I know Ozan likes it. I know Sharif and Joe, they get really into it there. I am back over to HIMS. It took a shot at this price level before, and it's set up at this price level again here. So basically I shorted it off of the prior, like yesterday's close, 53.60. It broke VWAP. It just did another consolidation underneath, so I'm doing the same area trade on HIMS. Yesterday, this was a stock. We did get it short. I had it short yesterday in the middle of the day after we were kind of done with you guys in the morning, and we were able to grab it for $1. So that's what I'm trying to do over here. And let's go to Adara. It's already time for Sector Watch and apparently some news.
Ooh.
One of the words I think we've all said the most today, China. We have more news here on China. Apparently, according to CCTV, which is a Chinese news source, we've got some comments from Xi, President Xi of China, saying that U.S. and China should increase their cooperation on the economy and trade, that the U.S. should remove negative measures on China, and apparently that they should reduce misunderstandings. So CCTV here reporting these comments from President Xi. Let's talk here about the sector board. Great look here for consumer, sorry, actually very red look for consumer durables, the opposite of great. If you're short, it's a great look here. Tesla down about 5%. Pretty much every other name in the sector looking either red or flat. Nothing green to be seen. Weakness here in retail trade. Amazon strong, information reporting here. So their humanoid robot works, but Costco down 3%. I know they reported May sales yesterday. Walmart, and Home Depot also red. Finance red now. In terms of some strength, consumer durables doing pretty well here. Consumer services, lots of strength here. Communications, some green names as well. Electronic technology, fairly flat with the exception of a 3% move to the upside for Micron, but technology services, green across the board. Netflix at all-time highs around 1.5% to the upside. Oracle up 1.5%. Google, Meta, Microsoft, all green. Palantir green. So technology services here very much outperforming its electronic technology peer. Back to you.
Yeah, we see Alex Karp on some other station. I'm not sure which one. All right, so I did take a small piece of Apple. Again, right here, take a little bite out of that move. But I don't, that China talk is making me, I mean, I mentioned it to you guys already that I was a little bit, I'm going to take a piece out actually right here at 31s if we can get it right now. And I just, that talk is making me a little bit nervous because that sounded pretty positive to me there about how President Xi is talking about making economic sense of everything. So I think that that's pretty much what United States wants. Is for this to work out for everybody. And if China can talk nice about it too, then that may make the leader of the free world a little happier. So let's wait to see what winds up happening right now with that. 20208 is my, okay, well, now we're starting to come in a little bit. Let me take that. We just reloaded it. I mean, you want to talk about trading. This for me for Apple, we punched the 200 short, bang that trade like huge, hit it again. This is where all the money was. And then these reloads are kind of small because I'm waiting for the 200 period, but the small reloads are adding up. Huge, right? And so let's just wait to see. We did not get our 16s there. We're also waiting at 08, and then we'll wait to see. So, yeah, I mean, President Xi, hearing it in our ear again, I mean, Adara's already dropped the news. He would like to see some diplomatic economic trade. That's like That's good. That's good trade. That's good talk, sorry,
100%.
from Xi. So I'm going to, I just took another piece out there in the 25 area. We're just going to watch out for Apple. My out is 203. If we do break above that, then we'll slap the big F on that one. But for now, you know, the shorts have been working out, and I'm waiting at 202.75, right at the 200 period moving average to try to get something right there. So there, see, here it goes.
There's so many more headlines coming through.
Yeah, so this is probably a problem. So we're going to be getting out immediately on this one, as the market really likes this little report here, Neil.
So the thing is, I'm getting it in my ear, and it's like I want to be able to read it verbatim, but you know, when we're talking next to each other, I missed that last headline, but I can tell you right now, like I manually punched out. Like, look at what Micron just did. I was over, I'm like, gotta get out of HIMS, because even that will start to go.
My Apple trade?
Like, I was in the money 25 pennies on HIMS, and then whatever happened, that just took out the high. And Micron, which I was waiting to close above VWAP, that just broke out and went to 107.80. So this is looking very, very strong. Let's go to Adair and get the exact headline.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just more comments here being reported by the CCTV, which is Chinese media. They're saying that apparently President Xi and Trump have agreed to start a new round of talks ASAP. So apparently they have agreed to start these new talks very soon. Keep an eye on Alibaba and these Chinese ADRs as well. We also have China's Xi saying that it's important to dispel disruptions to the U.S. and China relationship. So he doesn't specify what these are. We know one such disruption, though, has been these tariffs. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens here. Market, though, moving to the upside. Sounds like there will be some more talks and, I guess, mending of the relationship between China and the U.S., according to President Xi, as reported by CCTV, that is Chinese state media. Back to you.
Right, well, we kind of sniffed all that out. I mean, at least we were talking, thanks to Dara. I mean, that's why you guys are hopefully joining us every day, because we had this story a minute ago, right? And that's why we were covering down there. We took some more there at 75. We did get punched out when it broke 203, right? Like we said, but then I only got out of 75%. Now we're just getting the rest out right here, basically for flat. So obviously everyone's looking for that win-win outcome right here, and it sounds like China willing to come back to the table. The question is like, who cares if they're willing to come back to the table? I mean, Donald Trump is the guy that's going to be hopefully pulling some of these triggers and announcing something or truthing something out or whatever. So we'll wait to see if there is anything like that. Obviously, Adara has the account up, and she will get that to you immediately. So, she is also saying that the U.S. needs to handle the Taiwan issue carefully. So that's not going to make Trump very happy there, because he thinks he can handle every country the way he wants. So we'll wait to see what happens right there. 202.60 coming in now. So we are pulling back. I'm waiting at 58 for some reason. There it is. We get to 58, Phil. So, okay, not bad after all for Apple, but we did give it up there as it came back up into the upside right there. So let's go, man. We're going to wait to see what winds up happening, but this is definitely a developing story right now with China and the market. I am looking at the Nasdaq. We just went back up into these highs again, but look at that spike. You know, you don't think there's buyers on the sidelines right now? This market wants to go to all-time highs and never look back. It's just, we just need that headline. Look at that spike, man. Just bang right there on any sort of a talk like that. So yeah, really excited for what this might mean for the longer-term portfolios, the swing accounts and everything, as the market trying to go back upside right now. So congratulations, anybody that had patience for the long today. It definitely started to pay out there.
Yeah, I can tell you a hood, the initial long, just going back. By the way, Circle is getting a little bit higher. It's creeping towards that $50 level, so now 48. I'm only saying is for some people, I know I use limit orders. Like, I'm not getting in with a market on open order. I'll just use an aggressive limit. So like right now I want to put like 50, just above 51. It's indicating 58, 48. So if it goes above 50, I'll keep on adjusting it. But I don't want to be too far out there. Robinhood just tagged 75. So, you know, obviously this was the best dip buy opportunity of the names that lost a bit early. But right now, all you can do is look for the next opportunity here. Let's let this calm down on anything that's China related, but I don't think Robinhood necessarily falls into that category, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. It's above the volume weighted average price. I don't necessarily want to play a breakout, but I will play a fail break, which we've done before. Just means if you break the high of the day, I'm looking for the dip after the high of the day break into the prior lower high, which is now 74.5. So that's the plan of action for me. And I don't necessarily love I don't know if I want to get into a chip name while they're still talking, because we're still hearing stuff in our ear about this. So I feel as if you're holding something in the money or whatever, that's a different story. But I don't want to buy. I don't want to buy the top on Micron in here. We'll wait to see if we can get a little bit more clarity with what's going on with President Xi and Donald Trump. And Aiden Bridge, what levels am I looking at to short Tesla? The only levels that I have at this point are 320, the pre-market low, which it hasn't even tested, and what I was thinking at the open, which obviously like yesterday's bottom, which is 327. One of those two things has a better chance of happening than the other, obviously. There's a good chance we could get that 320 level coming in here on this market pop that we just got on the Xi news.
Yeah, I was thinking about, I just punched out. Once we just broke, I mean, I still want this Apple trade, but it just broke we got out at 203, like that exact price. So not a good end to that trade, but again, you know, I don't really know what to expect when the market's doing that. So yeah. We'll just have to wait for it right now. So until that happens, yeah, we're already sort of in and out of that trade. I really, really want to go into this, man, 74.65 or so. Yeah, okay, we'll go over there in a second. 74.60, 74.50 right now. This should be something, 74.50. So that could be a good little level there for this TQQ trade. Circle right now, $48. So I'm not even sure we'll be getting into this trade. It was priced out at 31, so 48 right now for Circle as it's getting really excited. We'll see if and when that winds up opening up. But yeah, right now the market's upside, and I think we should probably just get long and maybe stay that way until we hear something different. So yeah, good move there for the market. And yeah, so far so good. I am going to buy some right now on the TQs. Little position. Let's just wait to see if we do come back into these levels, and then we'll be able to get a little bit more. But let's get in it in case we do have one of those other like extraordinary pops through the top. So we'll wait for that and go back over to Adair and see what she's up to.
We got the Truth Social post that we were waiting for here. Donald Trump commenting that he did speak to President Xi. He said it was a very good phone call. It lasted approximately 1.5 hours. He said they only talked about trade. They did not discuss any other geopolitical issues. Apparently, their teams will be meeting, quote, shortly at a location to be determined. But Trump is not going to go there himself. He's going to bring Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, and U.S. Trade Representative Ambassador Jameson Greer. So it's going to bring these three individuals, Greer, Lutnick, and Bessent. Not super surprising. Apparently, though, President Xi invited Melania Trump, the First Lady of the United States, and Donald Trump here to visit China. He invited Xi to come to the U.S. So those are, I guess, some comments there. They don't have any updates, though, on scheduling of these visits. Also, keep an eye on GRRR. This is a small cap that has moved before Gorilla Technology, signing this original equipment manufacturer agreement here with HPE. So keep an eye on HPE and GRRR. We're going to really quickly do this money talks here. Lower highs, lower lows on the US dollar. Nothing super surprising, but we still have yet to test that 98 support. Right now we're at 98.6. Let's take a look at the weekly chart to see what that's telling us. This weekly chart, pretty similar here. We had this great run up at the end of last year. Starting at the beginning of this year, we make this downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows. So the weekly chart basically confirming what we've already seen in the daily. This US dollar, as of late, has been a little bit rocky. Back to you.
Yeah, a little bit. Right, Robinhood broke 75, by the way, which we anticipated this could happen, but I was looking for a failed break of the 75, which hasn't happened yet. It just tagged above the prior high of the day. Still looking for a bit of a pullback on a failed break, and it doesn't seem to want to do it. I'm now bidding VWAP on Micron. So, I was waiting for a little more confirmation, like Trump saying that he confirmed it as well. I think we've got most of what we're going to hear. So I'm sitting on Micron 75, Micron VWAP, and looking for the fail break of 75 on Hood back into 74.5. We'll try to jump into this one. About 107 is what I'm looking for there. You'll also see, like I said yesterday, I'll play range on U.S. Steel. Yesterday I was trading the top of the range. Today I'm just trading the bottom end of the range. It's pretty simple if you look up at that chart. I'll get to that in a quick little segment. Robinhood is not dipping. It just broke the high of the day again. Got to be kidding me. Is that you?
No, that's Joe. Yeah, Robinhood's really like, yo, what's up, Skull? Yeah, that's not me pushing that, man. That's Joe there.
Oh, I thought you had.
Robinhood would literally be. I cannot. I mean, I made the low on that one, and it's bugging me, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. There again. So, anyways, okay, we're into the TQs. We're gonna wait for a little bit lower. Once I saw this sort of start to bid around 40s again, I did put another bid there, but I went a little lower into 30s. We don't have it, so for right now, we're gonna have to wait on that play. For the TQs, and hopefully it just blasts higher. And then, as we were mentioning, we'll just get better news there. I mean, the man's inviting his wife to come through, so I think that's going to be a good sign. So we'll wait till that comes through again for it. But I mean, ultimately, it's been a great show. But you know, there's something that we have to do. I'm not here tomorrow. Let's figure out what's for lunch today. All right, so today is Thursday. Yeah, I can't believe it's
Last
Thursday.
I checked, it is.
My favorite day of the week.
Finals time.
Thursday, June the 5th. Okay, and it might be one of our best lunches.
100%.
You know.
I stunk about
Pad Gras Prow.
it's legit. Yeah.
Thai beef and basil stir fry. You guys do this skit when I'm not here, by the way? Yeah. What else is new? I know you guys would. You took over lots of stuff already, my guy over there. You stay there, Joe. You stay there, my guy. You come up with your own things, okay, my guy? All right, so there it is, man. Steamed jasmine rice, vegetable stir fry. It's part of your thing, man. You got to come up with some content, right? You guys have the bro show. You guys have all the eggs and the chicken and the protein. All right, steamed jasmine rice, vegetable stir fry, Thai cabbage salad. So I think that one is another one.
That's a win.
And props it up. That's a winner there as we have fun on the show.
Better with pork.
Right there. So yeah, it's Thai. I like Thai beef with basil, man. I mean, honestly,
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, like
As long as it's
Chinese beef as well.
As long as it's not like that, they don't overcook it a bunch.
Yeah.
That would be my only fear, because I've never had it from the caterer, so we'll see.
Well, we never had what? This?
We've had this from the
Yeah, lots of times.
You sure?
Yeah, many times. That's what I'm saying. The best one we've had.
Oh, what?
Is this?
You know what though? We always get
tasty beef. We don't eat it.
We get the salad lunch. So I probably
we're
just
trying to
have not
steal some beef on top
stolen
of it.
any. Didn't do that today.
Yeah. So okay, that's what's for lunch.
All right, Tesla.
I mean, I do roll call, but that's Sharif's thing now. You know, so there it goes right there as we go. So
yeah, you did.
But all right, so let's go, man. Beef from China, yeah, maybe beef from China, which I don't know. Well, I don't know where they're sourcing it from, but here in Canada we don't have some of those tariffs, obviously, like you guys do over there in the United States. We're having a good time waiting for Circle to come up. What's up, Thomas Kondo? Your trade. That's funny. I only read the first couple seconds of what you said there, Thomas Kondo, but you're like, Thomas Kondo, I'm trading in my parents' garage. Can y'all adopt me in the backstage of the show? Yes, we can. I mean, if you're located here in Toronto, go find out Real Trading, and you can talk to the guys around here about trading with us at Real Trading. Go to realtrading.com. I'm going to throw it to Neil, and then I'm going to look up the numbers from yesterday and see what kind of numbers people put up around this place yesterday for Real Trading. But go to realtrading.com, find that out, and see if you're eligible and qualified
It's mostly
to trade with us. No United States,
That's
unfortunately, but everything else is GTG.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere. I don't want to say anywhere in the world, but just about everywhere in the world except for the U.S. But check them out. A lot of and you can remote trade as well, which is new. Tesla, it just doesn't seem to want to get to $320. So I looked at that. Okay, well, what's the next possible thing we can do with it? Because the market just wicked the highs. Just wicked the highs in here. I'm like, okay, well, we'll play it off the prior high on a trend break until it gets to the 340 levels. That's we went into it. We can only give it less than $1 there. So ultimately, Tesla, take like a 90. I guess I give it less than $1 because I just looked at it, I lost 90 cents. But this is what I'm looking for on Tesla. Into the 320 and a trend reversal. I want to stay thinking short on this name. So until it breaks above 320, and then all of a sudden you get waiting to like 25s or like 27s, then I want to play it for shorts off of this range in here. Robinhood, well, I said I want to wait for a fail of the breakout. There hasn't been a red candle since VWAP. until potentially now. Like, this is obviously going to be one that got away, but let's see what happens next. I mean, the prior high play now looks like 75 even, which is fine. Whatever the dip happens to be, I want to be involved in it. The other thing you can look at is go to the higher time frame, like on a 15-minute. It has yet to put in a red candle on the 15-minute. So really, like, there hasn't been any kind of a trend break on this since that low. What are you going to do? Like, get it a little bit early on that 73. It was an obvious fail break, but there was just that one heavy red candle on the 15-minute, and ever since then, it's been buying up a storm. So if we get another red candle on the 15-minute, I'm going to treat that as a buying opportunity on Robinhood. That's what makes sense to me. That's what worked last time. And I doubt you're going to see a red candle that's $2 from the 15-minute. You'll probably see something a little bit less violent that we'll be able to dip into. Right now, I'm looking at 75 for sure. Yeah, and they keep saying in my ear, Robinhood at the highs, yada, yada. Of course it is.
Yeah. No, we had Robinhood. I made the bottom of Robinhood breaking through $72. Sharif just asking what's up, but you know what? Whatever. Honestly, we just move on. There's other trades. I mean, I'm literally sitting in quite a big position right now on the TQQs, just waiting for this thing to pop right now. So let's just see if it continues to go higher here. I'm waiting for something at 96, just ahead of 75. That was basically been the high, 75.11. We'll see if we just get a piece out. We've been dancing around here right now. I mean, this could almost be my best trade. Well, the best trade will be Palantir, which, by the way, is back up to highs right now as well. Just frustrated because of this. Like, that's, you know, that's annoying. But it is a trade. So we'll work off of that. But there goes 75 and change there to the upside. It's just you know, when you base it out and you put those trades on, you really like them to work out. And unfortunately, the very bottom, I could have got back in, but I was even sitting here, I was happy not to trade it again, because it's when I find myself not trading something very well, there's you know, areas where I can improve on, and that is to not be so stubborn to getting back into these kind of things over and over and over again, right? I mean, we're still happy to have the net that we have today, but could always be better, right? Bigger and better always. That's the whole idea. We're not coming here to screw around. We're coming here to make money and to trade. So yeah, that's you know. Anyways, that's what I'm doing. But there it is, 74, 75. There we go. We get a little piece out there for TQQs. I'm still honestly just waiting for Circle now to open. I mean, like I said, I have a big position here in the TQs, but in the Nasdaq as we try to break the high of the day. But I'm just waiting for this to open up. The new tap is now 48, and if you just go over to here to the imbalance locator, I don't have any idea when this is going to open. It was 5 million earlier. It's still 5 million now. The paired is like they're having problems, I guess, finding shares for this. So I don't really even know what that means. So let's just wait on Circle and you know, hope for the best when that winds up opening up. So I hope Sharif Sharif's in live today, actually. Are you? No, man. Come on, man. Next time respond to those emails, my guy. I wrote it on Monday. No, I know, but they give you 30 days warning, dude. All right. No, I only say that because Circle, I don't know if you're going to be able to trade it in sim mode. That's all. So, but Joe will be there anyway. So, all right. It's now 11 o'clock.
It's just not good in sim mode.
That's what I mean, like the opening prices, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I don't. Sim mode is great. It's just I don't know. I've never looked at it with.
I can't say I have either, but like my general understanding of it, and we've been in real trading a very long time, and it goes with any quality simulator. The simulator is always 1,000 times better on the more liquid names. Obviously, the less liquidity there is in the book, and the more that goes in the dark, the harder it is for the simulator to be accurate. So yeah, I mean, you can definitely trade it on Circle, which, by the way, I can't remember the last time I saw something like this. 6 million shares is what they came to market with. And right now, if you add up the imbalance in the paired volume, it's 5.7 million shares. Open interest is gigantic.
Hope it opens like right now.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's not going to open right now. But if it did, we'll be locked and loaded for it. It always happens this way. Big anticipated IPO, and the Bash Brothers are the ones that are going to have it.
Hey, watch this. Robinhood, $100 next Friday.
Oh. No.
That's what I'm doing. How much what? So you want to bet me that's going to go 25% in 1 week?
He likes betting that because he's long the stock, so he knows the free roll.
Dude, you just worry about those beers. You just worry about the beers for the Florida Panthers, my guy over there, right there, okay, right now. So, all right.
Oh yeah, well it's past 11 o'clock.
All right, let's go. It's past 11 o'clock. I want to know what happened with your iBit shares. That's what I want to know. The ones, did you guys transfer them over?
They had to.
Yeah. Oh, you had to give him the actual cash. Okay, well, at least you're making money on bets, right? Okay, we'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you soon. Robinhood, $100 incoming.
De La Hoya. This guy's a freak. Boom. Oh. Boom, boom, boom. Greetings and salutations, beautiful people. Welcome to the Midday Show. That's your boy, Joey.